Welcome, James.
Thanks for having me. Big fan. Great to be here. I'll try not to let you down. Big opportunity.
Yeah, long time listener, first time call up. Well, James, I brought you on because you're a good friend of mine,
Oh, thank you.
and you have a job that I find interesting.
Yep.
You are a pharmacist,
That's right. Yep.
and you've been doing that for a little while now.
Yeah.
Can we lead off with what it is that first piqued your interest in pharmacy? Like, even if it is, I just happen to choose something going in straight into it, and then what about it that's kept you doing it? Because I think it's a very interesting job.
Yeah. So I've been in pharmacy. So I started as a pharmacy student when I was in uni. So I started in 2015, end of 2015. I did my intern year 2017. So you work as a registered, you work as a full-time pharmacist, but you're not classed as registered. You still have to do your supervised hours, still have to sit exams. Then the following year, 2018, that's when I became my first year as a fully registered pharmacist. So been working as a full-time pharmacist since then. So when it came to uni, you had to choose what you wanted to do for you. At school, when you had to choose what you wanted to be studying for uni. I think initially I was leaning towards engineering, but I knew quite a few people, like I know friends of mine and also people in our cohort were also leading towards engineering. So I'm like, those suckers, they're just going to be competing for jobs. I'm going to choose something a bit different. And I think I just like the aspect of pharmacy, just the part where you just get to help people. I think that's what I guess interests me the most. But it's also kind of like, I didn't really know much about pharmacy. So I was just like, I'll put it down. I'll see how it goes. But no, I really enjoyed working in that field. Yeah.
Yeah, so the aspect of actually like one-on-one, you're interacting with people, you're helping them, you're providing them something they need.
Yeah.
As opposed to an engineering thing where like indirectly you're helping people, but
Yes.
it's more about creating structures or making sure things are sound, and
Exactly.
it's a different experience.
Yeah, I guess like more feeling like you're the actual person interaction, actually feeling like you're helping someone, you're helping to make a difference. I guess that's what pushed me down that path initially, and that's what's kept me there. But it's interesting because normally at my work, I do like 6 monthly reviews with all the staff just to check in to see how things are going, just to comment on any improvements, all that. The most recent ones was a couple of months ago, and all the pharmacists and all the pharmacy students that we have, I asked them, I was like, what made you choose pharmacy in the first place? And the majority of them will be like, I don't know, I just chose it. It just seemed like, my friend was doing it, I just wanted to do it. And I feel like that's a common theme for pharmacy. I feel like a lot of people don't often go in there and be like, I want to be a pharmacist. Like a lot of people do pharmacy, might go to medicine, might move to something else, but other times people just do it like, yeah, seems like a cool job, I'll just give it a go.
Yeah, it seems like a natural progression if you wanted something different as medicine next or doing medical next, because you're already handling the medication.
Exactly, yeah. And I feel like people commonly do like a Bachelor of Science and then move into medicine degree, but people who do pharmacy, I feel like they do find it a lot easier in their medicine degree because they've already got so much knowledge with like how the medication works, the classes and all that type of stuff, yeah.
When it comes to like between you and a doctor, are you knowing more intimately the way the drug's working, or is it more, it's a very different thing where they're practically knowing how it's impacting and you're just more knowing the makeup of what it is you're creating? Like, what is there a difference in what you guys learn compared to what they learn in what you understand?
I would say no. So I would see like how like actual medication works in terms of like the pharmacology. I reckon the content we learn is probably the same content. We might spend a bit more time on it. So maybe we are like a bit more familiar with it, just probably because they have more, I guess, areas they need to cover. I guess because we're solely about like the medication, how it affects the body. Also learning about like medical conditions and all that, but we're not really meant to be trained to diagnose someone. We're meant to be trained to be like, I guess I can help you with that, or you're showing these things that's outside my scope, where a doctor, I guess, has to know all of that. They can't be like, that's outside my scope, see someone else. I guess, yeah, so that's the difference.
It's just intentionally not. Well, it's probably also that it takes a long time to learn all those other things on top of it. So
exactly.
It's just like, there's no need. We can refer you on. Yeah.
That's all right. Breathless, I have that effect.
When it comes to medication, I've always wondered what is the difference between the generic ones and the labeled ones or the branded ones? Because growing up, it was always, for whatever reason, my family like never get the generic, always get the branded one. Just get what the doctor tells you. But like, is there a difference? Like, what is that difference?
Oh, excellent question. I think so. No, short answer, no. I know there are certain people who swear by it, be like, no, I have to get this one. If I use this one happens. So generics, it's not someone just doing it in their backyard, just selling it to a pharmacy. So for something to be classed as a generic, it needs to be considered bioequivalent, which means the extent of the absorption in the body, how quickly it absorbs, all that has to be classed exactly the same as the original. So how, I guess, like medication first exists. So a particular company does all the testing, does all the research. They've got approval to come out with this medication. So they release their medication and they're the original brand. They have a certain period of time where no other company can come out with another one. They're the only one in the market. Then after they get like off patent, stuff like that, then other generics can come along. Those generics are then cheaper because generally that original brand, they need to recoup the money they've done for all like the testing and all that. So they have to, I guess, recoup more money, so they're a bit more expensive. So that's why the generic can be a bit more cheaper. Often the original company, because they know another company is going to come out with a generic, they will just do the generic themselves. So you can have an original and a generic and actually made by the same company. Sometimes they're just even the same thing anyway.
Yeah.
They just got like a different name on them.
Yeah.
But like the actual medication that goes in the sheet is exactly the same. So the actual active ingredient classed as bioequivalent, so exactly the same. The non-active ingredients can be different.
Okay.
So if you've got an original and a generic, the main active ingredient, exactly the same. Other ingredients like binding agents, fillers, excipients, they can differ from different brands. So maybe if someone's got a particular intolerance or allergy, maybe yes, they can't have a specific brand. That makes sense. But to say that, oh, this one doesn't work for me, that in terms of like the numbers and the science, that shouldn't really be true because how it works in the body is exactly the same.
Yeah, all the key absorption or whatever the metrics that you need are exactly the same.
Yep.
So what's the purpose of the binding, the fillings, and what was the other word you said?
So excipients.
What's an excipient? Because I would like to know what an excipient is.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I maybe should have researched that before. I know that's a word. Excipients, I think... So binding agents is something that just helps to bind it all together. So I guess but pretend you're cooking. You've got stuff that you're mixing all in a bowl, but you need something to hold it all together. And then you've got, I guess, like fillers because sometimes maybe some like medication, like you're talking like 400 micrograms of a medication. That would be so small, like how you're supposed to swallow that. So sometimes you do have to, I guess, like make the tablets like a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Excipients, I can't remember the definition of, but I know that's something that's in tablets. Yeah.
It's just another thing that it's got some function in terms of like filling it up or...
Yeah.
Okay. So generics functionally the same.
That's right.
It's just different. It could be these other areas that are slightly different.
Yeah, that's right. And look, you might get people that come in and tell you, oh, I've been on this original brand for years. My blood pressure was fine. I tried this generic for 6 months, whatever. My blood pressure went up. Okay, that's true. You can't deny that. But sometimes I think it's placebo as well.
Yeah.
But I guess everyone does have like their own individual like tolerance and effect to certain medications. So if that does happen, just be like, okay, go the original. That works best for you.
Yeah. It's just you saving a bit of money on the generic. But
yes.
If you don't, if they want the binding, the one or whatever, the original.
Yep.
Just go for that.
That's right. But pharmacists always try to recommend the generic, or the pharmacy brand as we call it, just because it's cheaper for the patient. Generally the pharmacy makes more profit off it as well. And then also it's actually cheaper in the long run, I guess, for like the whole like pharmacy industry, like the PBS, because by doing more generics, they're kind of saving money, which means they can put more medication on the PBS, which in turn saves patients more money in the future. So really, generics do have like a bigger picture as opposed to just saving the patients money. It also has like a big long-term picture where it saves the whole PBS and pharmacy industry like some money as well.
Yeah, it can seem kind of dirty or messy when you
Yeah.
think about where they can make these things, and it's clearly they're capable of being sold at a cheaper price, like a generic price.
Yeah.
It would just take longer for them to potentially recoup whatever it is they're trying
Yeah.
to recoup.
Yeah, exactly.
But eventually they probably would. But it's all about initially is the profit margin
Yeah.
for having the patented product and having that be the thing that they want to push and sell the most.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess where that feels messy is when it's like then the doctors are approached by. I don't know if we have it in Australia. We have the same kind of industry of that, or if that's just like my brain has been polluted by the American bias of hearing the American system being very pushed, and like the companies will approach them and really say, "Hey, push this drug." I'm not sure we have as intense of a.
I mean,
They have as intense of a stronghold on
it would happen in terms of like they would definitely. I mean, they come visit pharmacies, but they would go visit like medical clinics and doctors as well. But I don't think it'd be like if you keep recommending this one, I'll slip some money on the side type thing.
Yeah.
I think that they would just have come in with their little pamphlets being like, do you know this particular medication has shown much improvement compared to this other medication, so you should recommend this particular active ingredient type thing. So they just try to kind of educate, but then they kind of like try to sway you towards like more of theirs.
As a pharmacist, how often are you having to then? You'll get the pamphlet, they'll come and they'll talk about it.
Yeah.
You'll just then go double check the research to ensure.
Yeah, definitely.
You're always just like, okay. And how often are they slightly off, or you can see that there's a little bit of bias in whatever it is they're trying to push to you? Or are they almost always accurate in what they're telling you?
I guess they're accurate in terms of they're showing us, I guess, like study figures.
Yes.
But I guess study figures is one thing, and then actually, I guess, putting into practice, and then having all these patients that find it tolerable, like improvement, side effects, whatever, that can be like a different thing as well. But often, like, or sometimes reps might come in and they'll be like, oh, we're from this particular company. This medication has just been listed on the PBS. We're going around doctors' clinics telling them this one's available. So it's probably best for you to start ordering it and keeping it on the shelf. And then I would be like, okay, yeah, sure. But I wouldn't order it until I actually know doctors are going to be prescribing it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do. Sometimes it starts becoming like a bit popular. But like, okay, we're going to be keeping this one now. Other times be like, you don't really see it, and then we don't have to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how often do you have like a yearly, say, logbook, or you have to keep up to date with all the latest medication coming on? Is that like a requirement as a pharmacist?
So in terms to keep our registration, we have to every year complete, I guess, like extra modules, trainings, quizzes, and we have to reach a certain number of points. And that's to making sure that we're keeping up to date with all like the new information. Because something that I could have learned at uni, this be like, oh, for this particular condition, the first line treatment is this, second line treatment's this. Maybe, I mean, that's like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Maybe
now, like, actually, that second line treatment I knew about is actually the first line treatment. So you do have to keep up to date. So that's why you have to do that. But in terms of new medication coming onto the market, you kind of don't really find out until it's kind of out type thing.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily the people regulating the pharmacy industry are aware of it or know if it's going to be a thing you need to know until
that's right.
It starts to be in circulation a little bit.
Yes, that's right. Yes, yeah.
What is there a notable type of medication that's now starting to appear that is interesting to you? Because, I mean, again, this is probably my American podcast bias, but I keep hearing about these Ozempic, these GLP-1 agonists or antagonists, whatever it is. Like, are they starting to pop up now? Is that a thing you're seeing a lot of? Like, how prevalent is that in Australia?
Very prevalent. So Ozempic was the initial one. I feel like Ozempic first came around maybe like a few years ago. So when it came onto the market, it was initially intended just for diabetics. Like the testing and all that it has really good effect on helping people manage their sugar levels. One of the side effects of it was that it was also good for people it was helping with weight loss. So doctors started to prescribe it it's called off-label,
Yeah.
which does happen with other medications. A medication might be approved for this particular thing, but then after years of using this medication, people found actually it's got this benefit for the second reason. So that's considered off-label use, which does happen. The only reason it was such a big deal with Ozempic was because there was supply issues. So there was people coming in with diabetics, and they were getting it covered on the PBS, which means it was a lot cheaper. And there's people coming into getting it for weight loss, which were paying more for it. But because there was supply issues, like our pharmacy governing bodies said that we should just be reserving it for the people it was intended for. Every pharmacy does its own thing. My pharmacy, we always kept it for those particular people. But like you can have maybe 50 people that needed a month. You might have just been getting 10 in a month. So unfortunately, people had to miss out. And that went on for, I feel like, it went on for like a while, 2 years, like a long time. Then in the last, maybe end of last year, the other weight loss medication came out. So from the same family, so they work the same way, but so there's one called Wegovy and Mounjaro.
Yeah.
So they're both like they both come in like the pens, once weekly dose type thing. But they're purposely just intended for people for weight loss, not to help with like the sugar levels. So they're not that cheaper PBS price. They're only that more expensive price. So they've become really popular. Like since they've come out, like our script volume's gone up. I reckon because Wegovy's got 5 strengths, Mounjaro's got 6 different strengths. So normally you start off with the lowest strength. Because if you start too high, you can get like stomach upsets. So you start off with the lowest one, do that for 4 weeks, then you gradually build up, and then you just,
when they get tolerant to
that's
it.
right. And then so you might not get to the highest one, but you just stabilize on the dose that's best for you. So I think between those, I reckon we do a couple hundred each month. Again, we're like a busier pharmacy, but yeah, very popular.
What is the difference between it's Mounjaro and Wegovy?
Yes. Yeah.
What's the difference between them and Ozempic? So I know it's not targeted diabetics, but like, what is the difference in terms of what it actually does?
So Wegovy is actually the same active ingredient as Ozempic. They're actually made by the exact same company. There's a bit of a conspiracy because Ozempic went out of stock for ages, and then Wegovy came in, exact same pen, made by the exact same company with the same ingredient. Like there's different strengths available, and that seemed to have it was readily available.
Yeah.
It came on readily available for a very long time. Ozempic was still out of stock. And so people are paying more for this Wegovy one as opposed to Ozempic.
So they're transitioning to just the weight loss purpose.
Yeah,
and they're trying to change the branding. And
bit of a
perhaps
conspiracy that maybe like, oh, now we can get more money off that one there, because I can't see any other reason why. Like there's one particular Wegovy strength exactly the same as Ozempic. If you can produce the Wegovy one, you can produce the Ozempic one.
Yeah.
So Mounjaro is a different ingredient, but it's from the same family as the Ozempic Wegovy one. So it does have the same mechanism of action. But there is difference in, I guess, like benefits and like the stomach like tolerance as well. From people I've spoken to, I think people do find Mounjaro a bit more tolerable in terms of stomach upset. But I know because it's made by a different company, there tends to be more issues with like the actual pen, like kind of like jamming and not working.
Oh,
with,
okay,
with
just
the,
like
with the
mechanical
Mounjaro. That's
issue.
right. Yes, yeah, with the Mounjaro one. So I think in terms of that, the Wegovy one has been better with like just I guess not causing any problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what these are doing is it's their working on your satiety signals. Is that what it is? It's they're like making you feel satiated, or you don't get the cravings. Like what is the function of it? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
It
I think
stops
so.
you feeling hungry and craving food.
Yeah, so I get their families is like the GLP-1 inhibitors, so glucagon like peptide, like so they put, I guess like they block this particular pathway, and that just leads to you feeling like decreased appetite, just leads to you feeling more full, so you don't feel like eating.
Have you heard anything about it helping in terms of like addictive behaviors? Because I heard this on a podcast recently that I don't think it's been studied yet, but they're starting to notice that it's perhaps inhibiting other kinds of cravings, and in terms of addictive behaviors seems to be doing something to some people in terms of limiting their capacity for that.
Yeah, I haven't, but just hearing it now, it does kind of make sense. I guess like if you're feeling, I guess like full and don't feel like eating, I feel like naturally you're not going to want to do like other things. I guess you're not considered, I guess like, more jittery type thing where if you're like constantly like hungry, you're, I guess like looking for things to do, looking to whether it's like gambling or whatever other things are that you're looking to keep yourself occupied. Yeah, that does make sense to me.
It does make sense actually. Even thinking about it now, like there's a compulsiveness to
Yeah.
overeating. Like
Yes.
when you're eating and you're in that mood, like I get in when I'm driving a car for whatever reason. If I'm in the car driving too long, I'll get super peckish.
Yeah.
And my ability to inhibit and control myself it's a lot different than if I'm not in that environment. So for whatever reason, I have less potential or capacity to control my compulsion. So it probably does make sense that then if there is something that's inhibiting those kind of compulsions, it's going to inhibit all kinds of behavior.
Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, regardless if it's like, if you have issues with like eating, smoking, gambling, alcohol, then I guess, even though I guess like there's differences, they're all potentially just working from the same.
It's a reward circuit in the brain.
That's right, from the same circuits in the brain about whether like the impulsive side of it. So yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah.
I love this stuff because it's very interesting. Actually, it's just triggering me to remember when I was listening to, it's Andrew Huberman. He's a podcaster, but also a neuroscientist. He did a podcast talking about how like sugary foods and really appetitive foods, like really desirable, yummy foods, will not only work on like filling your gut, making you feel full, which they kind of don't do, which is kind of funny, but they'll activate neurons in your brain and they'll activate neurons in your gut because there's actually neurons in your gut that communicate. And all they're telling them to do is these dopaminergic neurons that are saying, give me more, give me more, give me more. Yeah. So they're like seriously activating these circuits. So if you're quietening that down, it's quietening it down in the brain and in the gut. And it makes sense that there would be potential like off-label use of it for other reasons. That's interesting to keep note of. Do we know of any side effects of this stuff yet? Or the side effects that are labeled are... it's just not been around long enough to have a really good understanding of that.
So you're just saying, also, I'll just jump back. So you're saying the sugary foods have been like, oh, give me more, give me more. But like, I think if you have greasy foods, they say, tell me more, tell me more. That's just the kind of humor you can expect throughout this podcast. So make sure you're listening.
Dad humor galore,
I think the main side effects is just basically just been like the gastric issues. Okay. So because they're working to suppress appetite, it can lead to some nausea, vomiting, like upset stomach type thing.
It's actually not having enough. Like you're just messing with the chemistry of what's going on in the gut.
That's right. I think mainly messing with like the balance of the pH in the stomach, the gastric acids, those types of things. So I think whenever you're used to a particular normal standard, you change up that balance, then you're going to experience those side effects.
So it's like an indirect effect of a drug, not necessarily a drug doing anything in the gut. It's just your behavior of putting less food in there is altering it.
And that's also another thing as well, because I know sometimes if like I'm really hungry, haven't eaten for a while, you do get to that point where you start not feel like sick, but you feel like a bit of discomfort in there. And so that's probably the same thing, but probably like on a higher scale as well, because you're actually injecting medication to cause that.
Yeah. So that's the only side effect that's the only one that's prevalent.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you listen to, because I think it's because the last time a weight loss drug came on the market years ago, whatever it was, it ended up having like horrific side effects. But I wonder if just the vetting wasn't as good then as it is now. Like, there's so much that goes into it, so much money to be made. There's kind of an emphasis on making sure it's not gonna fuck up people too much or gonna mess up people too much.
Exactly, yeah. And extensive testing and studies is done before they even get like onto the market. So I'm sure like if there was like any big concerns, then it wouldn't even be up to the stage for people to get. Yeah.
Do you see many medications getting pulled? Like, how often does that happen in terms of one that's maybe it's not a commonly used one, but how often do they get pulled?
It does happen. I would say, let's say we've got like a particular medication, maybe once or twice a year, you might hear about, oh, this medication's been around for ages, but now it's getting discontinued. Now it's no longer getting covered in the PBS, so it's more expensive for patients. I feel like the main reason is the drug company just isn't profiting from it. Sometimes there are issues where a particular medication had to do like a recall. And then for whatever reason, maybe there was contamination, bad batch, whatever. They had to do a recall, and then I think they were just out of the market for too long. They just never came back, type thing. But we don't normally find out about a lot of that. Sometimes like not till like it's like, I guess, too late type thing. Like we go to order it from our suppliers, doesn't come in. We investigate a bit further. Oh, this one's been discontinued. Got to tell our patients now this has been discontinued. See your doctor for something else.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
but so it's not that common. It doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because, again, you got to be careful what you put your mind with when you watch stuff online, because there is, for whatever reason, it's probably just what I'm engaging with, a sentiment that the things get pushed quicker than they should necessarily, purely for profit and these kind of reasons. And I'm not sure if, again, this is a uniquely American thing. It's a uniquely overseas issue. We have a lot more rigorous standard in terms of what we allow people to be, or what gets regulated and prescribed. How big a deal is it being on the PBS scale? Like how impactful is that in terms of a medication actually being popular and used a lot? Does that dictate a lot?
Yes. So in terms of popularity, it does dictate a lot, because being covered in the PBS means it can be a lot cheaper for someone. In terms of being like, this medication's on the PBS, but this one's not. Does this mean this one's better for me? Does this one mean it's safer for me? No, it doesn't. That doesn't correlate.
Yeah.
But in terms of maybe patient compliance, then they're obviously going to be more likely to take a medication that's cheaper for them than something that's more expensive.
Yeah.
If something's not on the PBS, it sometimes just like when it's first released, it's not on the PBS. And then eventually it gets approval and then can get covered. But it's mainly, the price difference. That's the big factor.
What are they looking for to get it approved on PBS? Is it like how much of a net good it's going to be to...
Type thing, yeah, as well.
It's just how widely used it'll be and how good it'll be.
Yes, yeah, I guess. And also, I guess, like maybe like how big of an impact this particular one will be. Like I know like there's like this particular, like I guess, antibacterial cream that's not covered on the PBS. The actual price difference is the same anyway. Like it's not that big of an expensive one, but it's, I guess, not super popular. So that is probably like there's no need for us to cover it anyway.
Yeah. So again, it's popularity and
Yeah.
how widely useful it'll be to the public to have it on the scheme. Going back briefly to Ozempic, Mounjaro and whatnot, there's no generic version of them yet. Is it because they're too fresh, still well within their patent kind of thing?
Yes. Yeah. And I think also with injections as well, that there's not often like different brands. They tend to just to be the one, I guess, because I guess it's hard to make up like a different one that people are going to switch to type thing. Like, because when you get like different tablets, you can get like different sizes, different coatings, different shapes, which makes it easier for people to swallow, stuff like that. But I guess like a pen's a pen. It's just always going to look the same type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's easy. You're not going to offer anything different.
Yep.
Yeah. So once a week injection for those.
Yes.
And they have good compliance because people like the effects of it, right?
That's right.
They've got really good compliance.
Yeah.
And once a week does seem easier than it's easier to miss a day if you're just trying to stick to a schedule. Even when it comes to like if it's a morning routine and you just rushed in the morning. Like I find myself, like even if I was just starting eating multivitamins every day, it doesn't take that long for me to fall off the bed. Like, for whatever reason, it's so hard to just be compliant to and maybe a script's a little bit different, but I did hear something where we are much more likely to give our pets their full script than we are ourselves our full script. It's something to like when we're doing it for someone else or something else we care about. We're much more attentive and like, well, we have to make sure the dog gets its whole prescription.
Yeah.
But for us, whatever reason, we're so much easier to fall off.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense. I guess, for pets as well, they're kind of like, I guess like an extra child, an extra like baby for a lot of like the owners, the parents. It's like if you get sick, you like, oh, I'll just shake this off. But if my child or something gets sick, oh, I'm going to take them to the doctor. I'm going to get checked out. I'm going to make sure they get the proper treatment. So I guess a pet's like in the same boat as that as well.
Yeah, I got a terrible habit for that. It takes so much for me to even just go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be dying. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that. It's just like I'll fight it off. I'll be fine for whatever reason.
It's a combination of things. I think it's also like it's also how you're brought up as well. Because I know me and my family are all like that, where you see other people come in, they get like this minor thing, and they're like, "What should I do? What can I do about this?" I'm like, well, "You can't do anything about it. You just have to wait." Like, there's not always medications for something. You just have to sometimes just let time just heal it, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Your body is doing most of the healing. Like,
Yeah.
It's true with a lot of medications, or there are some where it's like they're just making the symptoms feel a little bit better, while your body does the job of healing itself.
Yeah. And like you learn about that in uni as well. Like often, the first line treatment for a particular thing could be non-medication, non-pharmacological like advice, whether that be try this particular exercise, try these diet changes, putting like a warm compress, that type of thing. So that is ingrained into us during uni. It's not always take this medication. But a lot of the time when people come in, they don't really want to hear that. They do want the medication
They
one.
expect the pharmacist to give me the medication I want.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when it comes to like fulfilling a prescription, is most of the time it's like pre-ready to go, or are you mixing anything up yourselves? Like, how does that process work? Because you always see the pharmacists walk out the back and start doing things. Is it just you're taking the pill from the package you got it in and distributing it into a bottle, or is it you're combining things in the moment?
No. So the majority, 99% of the time, it comes commercially made in a pack. We're not doing any types of making up, preparing, or putting blister sheets into a box.
So the little logos I see where they all have the little thing like that at every pharmacist, it's all a lie.
So there are what's called compounding pharmacies.
Yeah.
So compounding pharmacies are ones that actually prepare stuff.
Okay.
We don't do that at my pharmacy, which I don't like. You do compounding during uni, and you're mixing all these ingredients to make a cream, and it's just so tedious. I didn't like it at all. But sometimes doctors might prescribe something that's not commercially made. So they're like, this particular ingredient in a gel, and I'll be like, well, I can only order it in a capsule. If your doctor wants it in a gel, you have to go to a compounding pharmacy. A compounding pharmacy means they order the ingredients, they mix up it into a cream, and then they give that to you. So in those, not all pharmacies do compounding, and there are like not a lot of medications that do need to be compounded, but that's when a pharmacist would have to prepare something.
A lot of times it's creams and gels and stuff.
That's right.
More so than like, you're not making capsules like earlier.
No, that's right. No.
Yeah.
Sometimes like when a medication might be out of stock, a compounding pharmacy may be able to like make up that tablet so people can get it, but it is a lot more expensive because they've had to source all the raw ingredients and make it up themselves. But no, for my day-to-day job, I'm not doing like any of that like preparation. No.
Yeah. That seems like it would be fun. I guess you do it over and over again. It's like you're like you're little creating.
Yeah, I think people who like it also like cooking, which I don't like cooking.
There you go.
But I just remember my days in uni, we had to like add like this little bottle, and then we had like this thick cream, and we had to get the thick cream into the bottle, and then we got like assessed on it, and if there's like any like gaps and wasn't spread evenly, you wouldn't get full marks. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so yeah, that threw me off compounding. So when I like knew my pharmacy didn't do compounding, I was like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's the way you teach people. You teach them, you make them miserable when they're learning it. They don't want to do it.
Exactly.
Come on, university. Yeah, that's the chemistry side of it. Of the what's it called, the creation chemistry.
Yes,
you little chemist.
Yeah.
When it comes to what's the difference? So when it comes to like a flu shot, like a vaccine, how are they working? Because I'll give you my rudimentary understanding of it. Part of it is it's putting in a dead or inactive version of the virus into your body, so it creates the antibodies to be able to fight against it when it sees it out in the world or whatever. Is that essentially the function of them?
That's right. Yes. So it's kind of just teaching. It is the majority of vaccines are what's considered like a dead non-live vaccine, which then you're injected with that, and it teaches your body how to deal with that when you do actually get hit with the real thing. So that's why you get a flu shot. Flu shots are always dead, non-live. If you say you got sick after it, the flu vaccine didn't cause it. Maybe it's just mostly like a coincidence. But there are certain vaccines which are live ones. I'm trying to think. I can't. Maybe a rabies one, but I'm not too sure off the top of my head. But flu vaccines, for the most part, shouldn't cause you like any side effects. Like I guess side effects towards like your arm, then that happens with all vaccines. But in terms of feeling sick, it gave me the flu, I feel run down after it, then no, it's just a coincidence, unfortunately.
Is that just like, so your immune system has become active to fight off the dead cell, essentially, so it's being worked, so it makes it more susceptible to pick up something else in that moment? Is that essentially what a lot of that probably is?
I think that could be that part as well. But again, so the flu vaccines aren't also 100% effective.
Yeah.
Just because there are so many different types of like strains of flu vaccine of flus. So when they prepare the flu vaccines, like they're preparing the flu vaccine for next year now. They don't know what's going to be like the most common flu strains next year. They don't know that Brisbane could be hit with this particular flu. Yeah. So they have to kind of just predict. So they're just choosing what they think are going to be the four most prevalent, foremost, I guess, like hard hitting in terms of side effects, and they choose those four into the flu vaccine. So I could have got my flu vaccine covering me for the four most common ones. Maybe a week later, I'm exposed to a different one, which wasn't covered. I'm going to get sick. Yeah. The flu vaccine didn't cause it. It's not like the flu vaccine didn't work, just unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah, it just wasn't targeted the right thing, which is impossible to predict.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd have to do everything retrospectively once you know what the thing is.
Yeah.
How many little flus are running around at any one moment then? Like say at the moment, how many different kinds of or strands of flu are hitting us? Do you know these guys? Like, are these something we're aware of?
No, I'm not aware of anything. I think there'd be so many different like subtypes of it as well.
But it could be a bunch, like more than the four that they're predicting for.
Yes.
There can be multiple at least. So.
Yeah. I guess like think back to like COVID. Like COVID was kind of like a new thing, and then I feel like I don't know if it was 6 months or whatever, there was be like, oh, now it's COVID this strain, and then COVID this strain, where flu's been around for such a long time. I feel like there's so many different like variations and strains of it. Yeah.
It's gotten better at evolving and changing itself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is that different with how the COVID vaccines would? I know there was a different technology used.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between, say, the vaccines that we got, which were like the Moderna and the Pfizer? Like, what's the difference in how they work?
I mean, they work differently because I guess they're both like viruses, like a flu and COVID, but I guess how the viruses are impacting your body are different. So which means how the vaccine then has to prevent it type thing or teach your body does have a different mechanism of action. So I know when the COVID first happened, and then they were kind of like, everyone did the priority of getting the COVID vaccines sorted. But they did the appropriate testing for it. But when they first released it, so flu vaccines come in a little syringe, and it's just one dose per one syringe. I give that to a patient. That's it. When they released the COVID ones, they released them in little vials. And so like one vial would have maybe like 10 doses in it.
Okay.
So when you do it that way, you're able to distribute it a lot quicker as opposed to one vaccine.
Yeah, right.
The only thing is when they come in a vial, they're only good for a certain point of time after you open it.
Okay.
And even if you don't open it, they only last like a certain point as well. So there was like a lot of wastage when the COVID ones first came on, because let's say one vial gives me 10 doses. I might have had 12 patients come in for a day. So I've got a vial with still 8 doses. No one came in for the day. I have to throw it away then.
Yeah.
Or maybe we ordered 5 vials. We only used 3 vials. Those 2 vials after a couple of weeks were no good. Had to throw them away. They did eventually transition into like a pre-filled syringe like the flu ones are, which led to less wastage. But that's why they were able to like get them out quicker.
Yeah.
The COVID ones, yeah.
So it was distribution, get them out quick. How they work in the body is similar to a flu one.
Yeah, it would be like similar with like what it's targeting. Yeah.
Yeah. Just obviously teaching your body to fight it off.
Yeah.
And then the ones that work over longer term, so like the ones that you get your kids injected with, or like a tetanus shot that's 10 years.
Yeah.
Is it like functionally the same thing? It's just for whatever reason your body is able to, I don't know, produce the antibodies that last for longer.
Yes.
That's essentially how they all work.
Functionally, it's the same. It's just, I guess, like teaching your body how to deal with a particular different thing.
Yeah.
And I guess like how long your body can handle that differs with each like vaccine. Because I don't know if it's normally the whooping cough and tetanus one is in one.
Yes.
So I think it's normally like 5-10 years that will last for when it's like recommended to get another one. And that's just how long protection your body has type thing. Where the flu one's recommended every year, just because its flu is always changing.
They evolve, so these other diseases don't evolve to the same rate.
Yes, that's
the flu
right.
does.
Yes, yeah. I guess because also like they've been also like eradicated like so much as well, so they don't have a chance to evolve like and adapt.
Because they evolve in us, don't they? Like host to host and jumping between. That's where they learn to evolve and adapt. Yeah. They use us as the host, the cheeky little virus.
Didn't get our consent.
Yeah. Well, yeah. For some reason in my head with the parasites. That's like a parasite. It like takes on its host.
That's right.
The parasite kills the host, whereas the virus kind of wants them alive, doesn't it?
That's right. There's like the different. I think we learned about in biology. There's like a symbiotic relationship, and there is different types of relationships. There's one, I guess, where both parties are benefiting. There's one where maybe just the parasite's benefiting, but I'm not getting any benefit. And then there's also one where I'm getting negative benefits from it. But
the parasite's a negative benefit.
Yeah.
There's a lot to know. There's a lot of interesting things when it comes to medication and how they work.
Yeah.
When it comes to like something like over-the-counter Panadol and stuff, what are they doing? I know like Nurofen is anti-inflammatory, but is that to what I said before, where it's there mainly targeting the uncomfortable symptoms to allow your body to recover itself?
Yeah.
That's the difference, as opposed to teaching your body how to react, or an antibiotic that's targeting the certain thing that's causing the issue in your body.
Yeah. So pain relief isn't a treatment, it's a symptom relief. It's like, oh, I've got this inflammation, I'm going to take an anti-inflammatory. I mean, that's going to help with the inflammation. Yes, it's a treatment, but it's also going to be like, if I've got a sore foot, I'm standing on my foot, I'm taking this pain relief so I can manage it a bit better. So I'm not feeling like as much pain. I'm still going to be standing on my foot type thing. So paracetamol is just purely pain relief. It's not anti-inflammatory, but Nurofen is pain relief and anti-inflammatory. One thing I find interesting about paracetamol is, so paracetamol is like one of the few medications where it's just like kind of like everyone can have it type thing. Like it's safe while pregnant, safe while breastfeeding. People can have it from like a few months old up, when the mechanism of action of how it works isn't fully understood.
Okay.
So, I mean, unless things have changed recently, but I know when I was going through uni, you're learning about different mechanisms of actions, like ibuprofen works this particular way. But when they taught you about paracetamol, they're like, it's not entirely understood. So it could be doing this, it could be doing this, could be doing this. So I felt like, well, paracetamol is such like a good, like overall safe medication. Like there is circumstances when you can't have it, and it's just interesting that we don't really understand how it works.
Yeah. But it's the most, like, if you ask someone to name a drug, Panadol's probably the first thing they come to is a paracetamol.
Yeah.
I see a lot of those mixed with like caffeine and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that just a quicker absorption thing? Like, because you see there's like 30 different varieties of Panadol you can get when you go to Woolworths.
Yeah.
Why? Like, is it just rates of absorption? Like, what is it?
Yes. I mean, there are reasons. I mean, a lot of it is marketing as well. So you just have your standard Panadol tablets. Some people don't like to swallow tablets, don't like the chalky feel, so they might have their mini caps, which have like more of like a film coating. Then they might have their liquid capsules as well. So all of them, how the strength of them are going to be the same. They still got the same number of milligrams. It's just like the feel of the actual thing you're swallowing. And there's Panadol Rapid, which is, it's kind of like the salt form of paracetamol. So it does absorb a bit quicker, like the formulation it's in. But because it's also like a salt form as well, if people should be monitoring their sodium salt levels, then that's something that they should be careful of as well.
Is it a lot of sodium in those? Like what's the milligram?
I don't know the milligrams, but I know like, because there's also like there's standard Nurofen and there's Nurofen Zavance as well. And
Same.
Zavance is kind of like in the salt form, the sodium form. So if you were having quite a few of those Panadol Rapids, Nurofen Zavances in a day,
it could impact your
yeah,
sodium levels.
yes,
Yeah.
and then, there's Panadol Extra, which has the caffeine in it. I think the studies that were shown, it does help a bit more with the pain. I think the combination of paracetamol plus caffeine worked on the particular pain receptors and did give like a slightly better response. But if you're asking me, like, I don't normally recommend it.
Yeah.
If someone comes in like, I need something for pain relief, I just say normal Panadol. People come in and ask for the extra one, but it's not something I normally recommend.
Yeah.
And then it's also, I guess, some people want, if they're taking it early in the morning for pain, maybe they just want some caffeine to like make them a bit more alert, then that's another benefit of it.
Yeah. But caffeine does make you feel great.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
I do. I feel amazing once I've had my morning coffee. That is,
That's
functionally, it makes
that's how I feel after my morning water.
Do you take like electrolytes and stuff, or you buy into any of that kind of? Because recently, the past few years, I've heard a lot about like as you wake up in the morning, your brain's in like a dehydrated state. If you're able to replenish those electrolytes and it helps get your brain functioning and alert quicker to a better state. Do these things that you guys like pharmacists would learn about, or is this more just you're not recommending, hey, take a Hydrolite in the morning if you're feeling drowsy and stuff like that?
It's not something I actively recommend. I recommend Hydrolytes when someone's gone through like vomiting, diarrhea, because they've lost like a lot of their
dehydration. Yeah.
Yes, and again, Hydrolite is considered one of like the first line therapies because it helps you to, I guess, recover all that, feel better quicker. Does make sense about the waking up in the morning, like what recommended sleep 7 to 9 hours. So if you're
on average,
if you haven't been having any water for 7 to 9 hours, like imagine doing that throughout the day, you're gonna be so thirsty. So yeah, it makes sense to have it like early in the morning. So maybe I will start recommending that. Thanks for the tip.
Do you I also heard this is like Andrew Hume is like my go-to science guy when it comes to, but thankfully he's a legitimate scientist, so it's okay. But there are apparently like there's good studies that suggest that you want to hydrate earlier in the day and taper it off towards the night. And one of them is from a sleep perspective because the later at night you start drinking water, the more you're peeing. But not only that, I believe it's your kidneys are more efficient earlier in the day. So they're able to retain the necessary hydration qualities of water, not just the water, but whatever else is in it, the stuff that it actually hydrates you. And the later and later you start to drink more and more water, the more you're going to wake up in the middle of the night to pee.
Exactly.
And the worst thing you can do is pee in the middle of the night because you don't want to disrupt your sleep.
Yes. And then you're disrupting your sleep, so then you don't feel like you have disrupted sleep, so then you don't have lack of energy the next day. So maybe you're taking something to help with your energy throughout the day, and then it's just like a big loop, a big cycle as well. And sometimes some of the Hydrolyte or other Barocca type things, they have like your B vitamins in them, and B vitamins help with energy. So I guess you don't really want to be doing that like in the evening. You don't need something to help with your energy. That's more of a morning thing.
Why B vitamin? Is it like it stimulates the production of ATP? What is it? What is energy of the cell? Yeah.
Yes, it's. I don't know the exact details,
well,
but
it helps absorption of stuff.
Yes, the B vitamins are on the help with the, I guess, the energy production pathways in your body.
Yeah.
So they're the common ones. Someone's like, oh, I need something. I feel a bit tired. I need something to help with energy. Then that's like normally one of the ones to go for.
A B vitamin is something that people are starting to overconsume at the moment. Is that one of the? Because I've been hearing that.
Yeah,
there's an issue with overconsumption of B vitamin because people are taking maybe multivitamins plus other vitamins that they don't realize are having all these high counts of B vitamin. Are you finding a lot of people are starting to have issues with that, or you're noticing it here and there, or?
I know, like in the last week, have had a few phone calls. So I think there was
There was an article last week. Yeah,
there was something in the news. I think it was about vitamin B6.
Yes,
so
B6 is the one.
B6 in too high doses, so toxic doses for a long period of time, can lead to like neuropathy, like nerve damage type thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you can get a bit caught out, I might be having like a multivitamin, and that's got B6 in it.
Yep.
Maybe I'm having a Berocca that's got B6. Maybe I'm having another immune tablet, and that's got a bit of B6 as well. So that's all adding up. Again, if I took all those, maybe I think it's recommended daily like supplement of 50 milligrams of B6. So maybe if I took all 3 of those and it was 70 milligrams, if I did that for a week, probably wouldn't.
Yeah, it's not.
Nothing's going to happen. Yeah. If I took all that for a year, 2 years, then yeah,
you might see nerve damage.
Yes. Yeah.
Do we know why it causes nerve damage?
Why an excess no, not entirely sure.
That's interesting. Yeah. Because the first I heard of it was whatever last week when there was an article, and there was like 1 or 2 people I think who had this severe issue. So of all the people who take multivitamins, that's not a huge sample size in terms of. So it's not really a common thing. It's just like kudos to those people being consistent taking their vitamins every day, because that is a for me, I don't know whatever reason, that is a struggle.
Yeah. Well, we should check in, like you were saying earlier, about people giving medication to their pets. Hopefully there weren't B6 medication given to the pets. Need to check their nerve conditions.
The pet ones is funny because I think it was approached from a lens of like people just don't care for whatever reason. They care as much about their own health as the people they depend on or the things they depend on.
Yeah.
Which is maybe more of a psychological state of some people at the moment, an apathetic state. That's a deeper question than just like being routine and administering stuff to yourself. But when it comes to sleep, how consistent are you with sleep? Do you take your sleep seriously, or you're getting your 7 to 9 hours a night?
Not as good as I would like. So recently, I say recently, probably for a long time, I do what's called, I think this is the actual name of it. It's called revenge bedtime procrastination.
Sure.
So
okay, tell me.
It's when you feel like, I guess subconsciously, you haven't achieved a lot throughout the day. So you're purposely staying up at night to do like a bit more to get that stuff accomplished. So maybe I've done like a 10-hour shift at work. I get home and I'm like, oh, I wanted to watch this video. I wanted to do this thing. I wanted to do this thing. So because I feel like I haven't accomplished a lot throughout the day, I'm staying up to do these particular things, maybe just to get a bit of fun, bit of an enjoyment. And then I'm not getting the appropriate sleep. And then night guy always screws over morning guy as well. Always stays up later than they should. So no, I don't get enough sleep that I should.
You're doing a lot of that, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it called?
Revenge bedtime procrastination.
Revenge bedtime procrastination, yes. Because that hits home to me. That makes a lot of sense because
I think
until recently, that was like my whole existence. I think is you would always, because you get home from work and be like, God, I haven't done anything for myself or anything I want to do. Like I've just been doing that.
Yes.
I'm gonna fucking just stay up, watch movies. Yeah. Like I want to do something.
Yes. Yeah. I think it would hit home for a lot of people. I feel like me personally, I think I used to always, I remember during school, I was always go bed 10:30, wake up 6:30. I was always very good. Uni started to wane a bit, but then I think it wasn't until I started working full time that I was just like, I've just worked a long day, but I want to watch this show. I want to play this. I want to do this. And then that's when sleeping started to take a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, you got the discipline of home where
yes.
you don't have as much of a choice either. Where it's
I know.
Enforced routine, you start to see how hard routine actually is when you move out. Yeah, so did you find a big difference moving out of home? Even whenever you just moved out of home first, not even uni, like when you moved out of home to your own place, that it was different in terms of how you were able to keep to routine? Or were you able to bring a lot of whatever routines you had with you from home? Because I found a huge shift. A huge shift.
I do normally I'm normally someone that is like, has like their like set routine. But Yes. I guess independence isn't the word. It's just kind of like, let's say if you're living at home, you do something at a certain time, you might just get a few people who are like, oh, you're doing this now, you're doing this now. And then so maybe the next day you'd be like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Everyone's just going to make fun of me, whatever. Where like if you're living by yourself, you're like, oh, I can just do what I want. Doesn't matter. So I think like there's like that aspect of it. Like, I guess like I might be able to have like a big meal like at a certain time when, again, if I did that at home, everyone would be like, you're eating at this time of day? What's wrong? Blah, blah, blah. Where like I don't get like that judgment. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have the social pressure.
Yes, exactly.
It just facilitates you being who you are.
Yeah. I think, social pressure. I think that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
The family can be very funny with that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Especially if they're younger and nosy, they'll.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Which you had. I didn't have so much, but you had a lot of younger siblings.
Yes. Yeah.
What was it like being the oldest sibling in the house? Did they all look up to you? Did they all like, oh, shut up, James? Like, what was it? Well, you were the oldest, but
yeah, so I was number
one
two,
of the older ones. Yeah.
Number 2 or 5. I often tell my younger siblings that I basically raised them. Not entirely true, but I mean, we've all got like the same, I guess, interests. So read that in how maybe they saw me playing this particular game, so they've grown up. We all like the same video games. We all like the same movies. We all have the same sense of humor. So
genes are strong.
Yes,
genes are strong.
That's right. Yes. That's because we all have to hand-me-down genes. We all wore the same genes.
Yeah,
and, genes are strong.
That's exactly right. That's what I meant.
Definitely we've all got like the same interests. But I think having younger siblings also helped me feel, I guess, more, younger type thing.
Oh, so they kept you feeling young.
Yes. Yeah. 'Cause I think if you know me, I'm probably like probably immature person.
You're a child, yeah.
Yes,
You're a child, yeah.
And I think that's, I don't know if you want to call it like the reason of it or like a positive because of that
It's a
particular
side
reason.
effect,
Yeah. Because I guess like, I'm in high school, people in high school like aren't watching cartoons, but then I got younger siblings, they're watching cartoons. So naturally I'm just going to drift in and just start watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps you young.
Yeah, exactly.
See, because I think you can do one of two things. You can either become the parent or you can become like a child with them.
Yeah.
Do you notice your older sister? Did she become more of the parental figure to the younger ones?
Yeah, she did.
So it's really burden. Same in my family.
Yeah.
It's the older sibling gets the burden of it.
I think it's also probably because female as well.
That's true.
That's
again,
a natural thing for them.
Natural maternal instinct.
But it's also for me, like, because let's say if I wasn't, if you got younger siblings, if you're not connecting with them via like, they like this particular show or like they like this particular childish thing, whatever, then I was like, well, how am I going to communicate with them? I can't tell them about like the homework I'm studying with or what I'm learning about school. That's like, they don't understand that. So yeah, just like a way to connect with them.
Yeah. It keeps you young and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's why I still watch cartoons to this day. There's nothing wrong with that.
What cartoons are you watching? Because that's a big question. Are you into like the anime? Not so much.
I've always wanted to be into anime, but I know it's a big commitment.
Oh, dude, the amount of episode I've never been into it, but you hear how many episodes each of these things have.
I know, like Naruto and One Piece, like they always show. I started
One Piece is the one I've heard of. It's
because I think like when they first came out, they were like on the Channel 10 had like its Cheese TV.
Yeah.
So I used to watch it, but they only ran it for like maybe not even a season. So I watched them, and then when they went off air, I never followed up. And by the time I was old enough to do like illegal streaming and all that stuff, legal streaming now.
Yeah.
There's so many episodes to catch up on. And I was like, if I had unlimited time, then sure. But no, never got into anime. No, a lot of the animated stuff, it's more. I guess it is intended for older audiences as well.
Yeah. So you're not just watching Disney princess.
No, exactly.
You're not a Frozen fan.
Disney princess, come on. No, so what was the most recent? I mean, Marvel's just come out with an animated one, which I haven't watched yet. But early in the year, there was one called Creature Commandos. Okay. So it's with DC characters. So it was done by James Gunn, who did like the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So he's just recently become the head of DC. So that was like his first project. But so it's animated, but there's gore, there's violence, there's sex, there's swearing, there's all that. So like I am the intended audience, but still people like they see cartoons animated, they're like, oh, that's not for adults. Yeah.
My instinct is you're a child. But
yes, exactly.
No, there's definitely some animated things that are definitely not intended for.
Yes.
I mean, just look at Family Guy. Look at even those cartoons like Family Guy, South Park. It's all animated, outrageous content. It's like it's not targeted to children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, on the subject of Family Guy, do you find it interesting in, I guess, a generation where we've grown up with Family Guy, South Park, Simpsons? So these are shows that are constantly
pushing boundaries,
poking fun at things, like social commentary. We've grown up, I guess, like loving, enjoying all that.
Yes.
Yet I feel like as a society, we're a bit more touchy.
Yeah, a bit more touchy-feely, sensitive.
I find it interesting where we've grown up with that, where really it should be the opposite. We should be able to, we've grown up having a laugh at all these things, where it's the opposite now. We're more touchy and sensitive to things.
Do you notice that in your everyday experience? Because I wonder if a lot of it is, again, it's just we're barraged with people and content and loud people online who are complaining about everything. Whereas I reckon that's maybe 10% of people. I reckon the middle 60% are like you and me, where it's like a joke's a joke, who cares? Whereas it's the loud minority who make it seem like the whole culture shifted in a way. Because there is an element where people are they'll self-police their speech, they'll self-police what they want to say, and it makes them not as funny. It makes them not as like, it's very hard to get to a genuine core of someone. Because they're so scared to say even a funny thing.
Yeah.
To me, it's crazy. You can't say it. Like, they're too scared to say a joke.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's obviously just a joke.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, you want to be in an environment where that's facilitated and that's not... I get it. You're not trying to upset anyone. Like, it's okay. You can say a joke. I feel like it's shifting a little bit back to... Maybe when we were kids where it was a little bit more chill. You've got younger siblings right in the age group below us.
Yes.
Do you think it's that? But I think you're right. I think there's a lot of people like our age where everything is super sensitive.
Yes.
But I think it might just be selection bias or whatever, because we're just seeing the loud people who complain a lot.
Yeah, maybe the loud minority. Maybe just because you're just constantly exposed, whether it's social media or whatever, those people just voicing their opinions. You naturally assume that's the collective opinion, but maybe it's not.
I thought for the longest time, like early 20s, that if I were to walk up to a woman and like in a way and like try to flirt, that there was a chance I would be labeled like a pest or a predator or something. Yeah. Because for whatever reason, at that time, about 6, 7, 8 years ago, there was so much shit on like, you have to ask everything before you even talk to a girl. Like, you have to be super cautious. Yeah. Like, I remember just thinking in that state, like, I was at a point where like, can I even fucking talk to a girl without them looking at me keenly? Like, there is something where we can get ourselves in a headspace where it's like we're so worried about how the other person's going to respond.
Yeah, and I
think the culture did encourage that for whatever reason, or push that agenda.
So part of work recently, I've had to sign up for leadership training. So I did 4 out of the 4 sessions, and one of the things they touched on was intent versus impact. So you may have a particular intention, but it might come across as a different impact towards the person receiving it. Yeah. So that's just something to consider. Like, you want to kind of narrow the gap. How you intended something to come across, it needs to be as close as like the impact you want it to get. So I might be, whether it's flirting or doing whatever, my intent is not harmful, but maybe the impact on this particular person has been harmful. Yeah. So I got to think about how I'm addressing it, type thing. And yeah.
To a degree that makes sense. To a degree that's completely unreasonable, because you have no idea how a person's going to respond to anything you say. Yes. I think obviously if you're in that circumstance, if you're creepy and sleazy and you know you're being that, like it's obvious, then yeah. But like if you're just something that most people consider like, oh, you were just trying to be nice or trying to do something, like people get offended if you hold the door open for them. It's like, oh my God, that is true. That's not your fault.
That's true. I think probably because this is meant to be for people at work.
Yeah, the leadership. If it's a leadership training specific thing, that's fine.
Yes, so that does make sense. I guess if I'm talking to a random stranger, they don't know who I am. Yeah. But it's like throughout uni, like so many people had issues with me because I was hiding in bushes spying on women. And they're like, and I was like, what's the big deal, man?
It's just how I operate.
Yeah,
Yeah, what are you
come on.
doing? Yeah.
Come on.
But I do think there is another theory out there that it's not necessarily, or we've become more anxious as a culture. A lot of it is because of an increase in helicopter parenting. So it's due to our exposure or our ability to now engage with every single thing that happens in the world.
Yeah.
We now think that everything is dangerous, everything is violent. You go to America, you're gonna get shot. That's what's gonna happen. Like, it always happens. So we have, based on our exposure to everything, and as human beings, we're drawn to violent, novel things. Our perception of the world has become one where it's just super dangerous.
Yeah.
If you leave your little shell, if you leave your little comfortable place. So as a byproduct of that, our parents' generation, or even maybe a little bit younger than our parents, because I think we had a bit of freedom still, but maybe the next few years after us, like not quite me as a parent, but I bet people our age as parents, where it's become super helicoptery, where you're not allowing your kids to actually go out, and there's a lot of messaging that the world is scary and dangerous. So as a byproduct, you're growing up more and more anxious about everything. So as a result of that, you're super sensitive towards everything. So you're more skittery just in general. You're just constantly in a higher state of alertness, which means you're super sensitive to a lot of things, which means maybe you can't tolerate even some things being said around you because it really makes you feel uncomfortable. And you haven't been put in a situation where, it's okay to be uncomfortable. You haven't been pushed to explore independently in a way that you may have otherwise if you weren't so scared of the world. So I think there's a huge part where that societally has impacted our ability to tolerate uncomfortable situations, even if those uncomfortable situations are just a joke that's a little bit too edgy for someone.
So, going on from that, do you think then ignorance is bliss?
Selectively not choosing to engage with all the violent content online is more blissful.
So let's say, hey, you mentioned like it wasn't a thing however many years ago.
It wasn't as prevalent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that's related to, like, I guess, news? Like whether it's TV news, newspaper, like that's more accessible and you're getting all that information? Like, let's say in a particular example, like visiting a particular country, we might never visit that particular country because we've heard this one particular news story about this particular incident that's happened. That particular one incident is just a minority that's over years and years, that's the only bad incident. But now we're like, oh, this happened, I'm never going to go there. If the news never reported that, I would have never known. I just go to that country, no issues, all that. It's kind of like with the helicopter parenting type thing. It's like how often you turn on the news, car crash. What's the solution? Oh, I'm just never going to drive. You do have to kind of like, I guess, move on, so to speak, and just get on with it and do it.
Yeah. So I think maybe it's best to say ignorance was bliss.
Yes.
But we don't have the luxury of ignorance anymore when it comes to that.
That's right, yeah.
So the only thing that can help it is like better information on top of the shitty ones we get. So yes, we're going to be exposed, and we're still as people going to be curious and interested in the violent, crazy things that happen in the world. So they're still going to be pushed into our feeds and our algorithms and whatnot. So one thing you can do, you can take yourself away from that a little bit, whereas you're not just engaging with everything. So you're not as, I'm seeing violent and danger everywhere. That's one thing. But another thing is just making it more aware that this thing you saw, even though you're seeing these things every day, the chances of you being involved in something like that are so low, it's basically not even relevant.
Yes.
So I don't think we can go back to being ignorant, because I think everyone's aware of everything. But it's more like, now you've actually got to put effort in to actually understand that. Actually, violence on a whole for the past 10 centuries has stably gone down. You're less likely to get into altercations. Like more and more and more and more. the funny thing is to the point, the car crashes. That is the most dangerous thing you can get. Like that is the most likely thing to kill someone is a car crash. Or if you're older, it's just neurodegenerative diseases and the natural causes that come from aging. But we do think that, okay, you let your kid go to the park by themselves at 12, 50% chance they'll get kidnapped. It's like, no, there's almost no chance they'll get kidnapped. It's such a rare occurrence that actually will happen. Yeah. And this is the statistics on it actually happening. Part of it, yeah, maybe it's because people aren't being allowed to go out as much. But also, it never happened to a degree where we think it happens every day. And every day in the world it happens, sure, because there's so many people. But the likelihood of it happening to you, what was the thing I read? So there's a book by Steven Pinker called The Better Angels of Our Nature. It's a dense book. I listened to it instead of reading it. It's like a 1,000-page book. It's crazy. But the premise of the book is it's outlining the history of violence from whatever the recorded era. So it's showing, the whole premise of the book is it shows that consistently over time, violent crime has been going down. And it's never been lower as a percentage point of how many people exist, so like population based. Now, it's never been lower than it is now.
Okay.
Like it might year to year, but if you look at over decades or whatever, like this year might be more than 5 years ago, but consistently over longer periods, it's going down. So the chance of you being involved in something is lower and lower. And these things, people hear that and they're like, that can't be true. Because every night I'm seeing cars getting stolen. Every night I'm seeing someone getting kidnapped. Every night I'm seeing someone getting murdered. I was like, you don't think that happened 100 years ago? You don't think it happened more 200 years ago? Dude, 200 years ago, it was like half of kids wouldn't make it to 30. It like wasn't that long ago before we got medicine that people just didn't survive.
Yeah.
And when people had less and things were more scarce, that people would be more willing to, kill people in order to take what they have. Like, we are in the most comfortable time we've ever been in.
Is that because population's increasing? So maybe the number of incidents is staying the same, but because population's increasing, the percentage is going down.
Yeah, well, it's to do with population, so it's relative. But even if it's the fact that the percentage of people that commit crime is low given the amount of people there are. The amount we've climbed in population, so overall incidences, yes, maybe they have, I can't remember exactly. I can't remember exactly what it is. The weird thing about violent crime is it's something like half of violent crimes are committed while alcohol's involved. It might even be more than that. So it's like, okay, so on top of it, it's being in a situation where alcohol is... So it's alcohol-induced is causing a lot of the violent crime we have now. Which is crazy because alcohol is like... almost everyone drinks.
Back onto how we're saying about like you're getting all this from social media, so maybe step back a bit from social media so you're not getting this, but then I guess maybe on the other hand, then should you have then a right to then know all the information before I guess you make a decision, which is like kind of like a benefit of social media and news type thing. So I guess since we started talking, one incident's come into my mind. I don't know if it was earlier this year or end of last year. It was Brisbane, where like a mother was in a park and someone was just walking past and splashed hot coffee.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this.
Yes, onto like a baby. I think it was like under one. So, okay, let's say that particular incident happened. That's been reported on the news. Mothers see that and are going to be like, I don't want to go to, maybe not even that particular park. I don't want to bring my baby to a park. But from some of the discussions we're having, what's the percentage chance of that happening? That's less than a 1% chance happening.
Less than that. Less than like 1 in 100. Yeah, it's...
So maybe what are the different pathways you can take after learning that information about that incident? So maybe a mother's never going to take her kid to a park because they live in fear of that. Maybe if they never even saw that news headline, they're just going to continue on what they've already been doing, going to the park, no issues. Maybe they go to the park the very next day, they never saw that thing, and that same person's there. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I guess there is like...
What's the route once you know the information? Like what's the best way to be? Is that what you're trying to say? What is the best way? Again, I don't think you can avoid finding out bad things happen in the world. I think part of it, and part of the thing that'll help you, and as a parent will help your kids, is yes, we understand bad things happen. You don't want to be ignorant to that, because it's also dangerous being ignorant. Like, it might be peaceful, but being ignorant, you're not preparing yourself in a way where you are actually prepared for it. So I think the way to move forward from that, so say in this instance, the mother learns about the baby coffee being put on them. Okay. One response is, and it's an understandable response, I'm not going to parks anymore because this could happen. It's understandable, but then you have to think, what's the offshoot effect of that?
Yeah.
So now the offshoot effect is, I'm showing my child that if one incident happens somewhere in the world, somewhere even if it's relatively close to where I am, if a bad thing happens around me, the response is flee and hide. So now you have to be hyper alert of every single bad thing that happens, and you therefore now have to respond in the most skittish way to that. So that kid learns over and over again, if every incident happens like this, every time something bad happens, you hide and you stay away from it. You hide and stay away from it. And you could probably survive. You could probably live your whole life like that. But the amount of anxiety that kid will have, if every time that any kind of uncomfortable, dangerous experience happens, it's to run and hide. They never learn how to actually engage with the world in a way or they don't know how to operate in a way that's not completely anxiety induced in a world that's unpredictable. And the world is unpredictable. So what are you doing? You're creating a kid that is now dependent on someone else their whole life because they can't actually orient themselves in the world because there's so much unpredictability in the world. So that's one response, and it's understandable that you would think that. And maybe for a day or two, that's sensible. It's fine. I live near that park. I'm definitely not going to go to that park for now. Let's chill out. Let's go somewhere else. That's okay. I've assessed the situation. Bad things happen, but I'm not going to never go to a park ever again. So that's a sensible learning from a dangerous situation that happens. Going back to that same park the next day, I mean, to me, that's not going to happen 2 days in a row. If you know that's happened at that park, they've caught the guy, whatever, that's fine. From a psychological perspective, when a traumatic event happens, if you see a shark in the ocean, say you don't get attacked, but it's really upsetting, you really oh my God, that was dangerous, you leave, you don't come back. The longer it is before you go into the ocean again, the more you'll develop a fear towards going near the ocean ever again. So if you want it to be a thing where I'm okay never going to the ocean ever again and swimming, cool, don't go back. But the longer you leave it, the more that boogeyman grows in your head and the more likely you are to become phobic of the ocean. So the best thing to do is the next day, go into even a puddle of water or something, and you go and you engage with that thing again that caused you so much distress. Because in order to get over these kind of events, you have to engage with something similar in order to build a tolerance to it.
That's excellent response.
So when it comes to it, it's not run away from bad things. It's, don't go to the obviously bad situation, but still keep engaging with difficult things because your life's so unpredictable. You don't want to teach your kid to fear everything and not know how to actually go out there and explore the world because the world is dangerous. You don't want to have to parent your kid till they're 60. You don't want them living with you forever. That's not a good sign if they're just completely dependent on you as an adult. Some people might want that. And that's their own internal pathology is where they never want to stop being the mother.
But maybe that's passed down as well.
Yeah, exactly. And they never were able to reconcile the trauma from their parent because they were always looked at like this, I have to look after you. You're an idiot. You're always a kid. I think, dude, as a parent, I think you have to start treating them like they're their own adult as soon as they're 18. As soon as the society you're in, whatever it is, whatever that age is, basically allows them to do everything an adult can do. So ours, what's that? Vote, drink, drive. 18, you can do all of that. So the earlier you start treating them like an adult, the less dependent on you they'll be, the better it is for them to actually be capable of orienting in the world. So I think and to circle back to why perhaps we're becoming more sensitive, It's because I think a lot of the response has been exposed to bad things happen. Stay in your room, play Xbox all day. Don't go out. Don't go to the park. What do you go to the park for? It's dangerous. You could get hurt if you walk to the shops by yourself.
There's sticks and rocks.
Yeah. You and your friends could get hurt if you walked out to the park together. Like, you can't go. Or you can stay. Yeah, you stay home. Get him over. We can play inside where nothing bad can happen to you.
Yeah, and I can kill all those zombies on the screen.
Yeah. And look, that can, for a young boy, that can satiate every need you have, dude. Like... most needs you have as a young boy, but that competitive drive done. Xbox sorted. I'm at home. I'm safe. Mum's making me breakfast. Like, everything's good.
Man, you can tell you've done some psychology study.
This is an area of interest of mine.
Very thought out response. And then some of that stuff you're describing in my head just popped in Batman. Fear of bats as a kid, decided to embrace it, became Batman.
And who is Batman? He is the hero of the story.
Yes.
You want to be the hero of the story?
Exactly.
Engage with the thing that scares you the most. Now, there's a whole school of thought in one in just like cognitive behavioral therapy. That's the practical one where if you have a phobia, right? So you're scared of spiders. Don't just give them a spider straight away. That can work. It's really often it doesn't work because it just upsets them more. But you like gradually work your way up to them being able to engage with a real spider. So one, you start talking about talking about spiders. Then you start looking at photos of spiders. Then you start looking at videos of spiders. But the thing you don't do is you never admit that spiders exist in the world. You never allow yourself to go anywhere where there might be a spider. Because that's where you're in a constant state of fear and alertness. Yeah. And that's where a lot of the anxiety comes from and those kind of things. And it works a lot of the time in anything related to that. Like, you don't become less scared, you become more courageous. That's essentially what it is. You can't rewire your brain in a way where I'm scared of this thing, that's going to go away. No, you can't rewire. That circuit's there, unfortunately. Like, it's hard to get rid of that. What you do is you build better circuits around it that can actually respond and cope with whatever it is that is causing the issue. Yeah.
Wow.
No, well, I mean, as soon as I became a parent, I'm just like, I have to learn everything about how not to fuck up the children.
Do you have any phobias you have to deal with?
Unfortunately, I have no phobias.
Oh, sorry, as a parent?
Not yet.
No, yeah.
Not yet. I mean, they don't like spiders. They don't like bugs. The little ones, they actually, when it comes to any of that, they're pretty intolerant of it. They get scared. I'm hoping that's just because they're 2 and 3 years old. And over time, but a lot of it, they'll learn it from their parent. Like, if I see a spider, I'm like, oh. Their alert response is, oh, that's a terrifying thing.
Yeah, true.
And like, to an extent, you shouldn't love spiders, I don't think. We do have dangerous spiders in Australia where the reason we are skittish of them is because someone in our evolutionary line has died from spider bite. And the ones who survived are the ones who had the fear of it because they didn't go near them. Like, there's a use to phobias. Like, there's a utility to it.
Yeah.
But in a world where, like I said, it's so comfortable and cozy and we are able to deal with all of these kind of issues, it just serves you no benefit being scared of something like that. Yeah, so there's appropriate fear. Well, you should be scared of crashing into someone if you veer into the other lane. Yeah, don't do that.
You should be scared of fire. Oh, I'm gonna walk closer to the fire.
If you are gonna do that, just become a fireman. That's your job. You love it. Everyone's happy. But yeah, there's a lot when it comes to. I think there's a lot, or it's a multifaceted issue when it comes to why it is people are becoming or have become less tolerant of discomfort.
Yep.
Which by proxy means they're more sensitive to things. And a lot of it is the introduction of social media. And because we don't know how to handle social media as people. Like, even me knowing so much and trying to be so deliberate about it, I can get caught scrolling on YouTube Shorts. Like, it'll just happen. And I'll be like, I know I shouldn't be doing this. What the hell's going on? But even the most, like, attentive people can fall victim to it because we don't know how to handle this shit.
That's right.
It's so interesting. We want it. It draws you in.
We need it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think...
To bring it full circle, is it a fear to have without social media?
Well, it's FOMO. I don't have that fear anymore. Like, to a point where it's probably annoying to family in the group chats because yeah, I'm just not paying attention to them as much.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how to reconcile that because I kind of have to get rid of all of it to stay off any of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's almost complete abstinence I need in order to really keep it on the check.
So the only social media I have is Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not counting YouTube as...
Well, yeah, I've had this argument at work. I didn't think YouTube was social media.
Yeah.
Everyone's convinced. But if it's just a social, I think it's just Facebook.
Yeah. So
YouTube Shorts if you're getting scrolling on, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't have Instagram, TikTok, whatever the other ones are. So, I mean, I'm guilty. I go on Facebook, I scroll.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it to get like the funny content, but then also sometimes like when it's like sport related news, like pop culture related news, that's I guess how I get updated on that. So 2 years ago, NRL Grand Final, Broncos lost. Kind of like a heartbreaking loss, like they were leading and then like lost it like in the last 15, 20 minutes. So after the game, I knew my whole Facebook was just going to be not like people posting, but my Facebook was going to be like Fox Sports posting this article. Then the next day, the official NRL account posting this one, and this particular person podcast person I follow posting this. I was like, you know what? I'm just staying off Facebook. I can't deal with that. And then, I don't know, I just felt like a general like quality of life improvement. And like, I was like, cause I did it for a few days. You're like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing it. So I don't know how long, it wasn't a month, but I think it was maybe a couple of weeks that I did it for. And I was like, I just feel so much better. I feel like I had more time. I feel like I was just being more productive because I just wasn't, it's not like I just sit on the couch at home and scroll, but I might be like on my break at work and I'm doing that, or I'm in the bathroom doing that, but I felt much better not doing it. And then ever since then, never done it again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll try to eventually.
I think that's not a unique experience. That's a common experience that people let themselves do it.
Yeah.
But underlying is the fear of missing out of whatever's going on. But then you stop it and you're like, I'm not missing out on anything.
Yeah.
If I really want to know something, I can message someone. I can see. Most of the people I care about aren't posting all the time on social. Like they're not posting things.
Yeah.
Like I can look up if I'm interested in the Premier League at the moment. I'll just type in Premier League, see what's going on. Like we did that not that long ago. That was how people were.
Yeah.
And back then they didn't even have that. It was just wait for the newspaper to come out.
Wait for the pigeon.
But was it a sense of like it was like you were at peace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a peace.
You were relaxed.
Yeah.
But again, it's the fear is the anxiety to it's an anxious feeling.
Yeah.
I need to it's a compulsion. I need to see what's going on.
Yeah. Like
I
need to see what other people are saying about the game.
Yeah.
I need to see people being like, oh, this player from the other team did this, that was wrong. So Broncos were actually the better team. And like, yeah, that makes me feel better. Yeah.
It's hijacking of our natural instinct to be social. We are social. But it hijacks it to an extreme degree where it's like, well, I'm not just in a group talking with people, forming real connections in person. I need to see what everyone's thinking about the thing I like. It just hijacks natural instincts of ours, and that's why it's so compelling because you can just keep getting it. But then you stop to feel in real life. You start to feel the real connection with people because you're so used to doing this. That is the thing that worries me the most is the lack of like actual connection with people.
Yeah.
And like the younger people, connection is through the phone. Even when you're present, you see groups of people just sitting on their phone at the cafe.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God. You drive to school and you see school kids, or you drive to work and there are school kids, 10 of them, all on their phones at a bus stop. To me, there's no more depressing picture than that. It's just like, that could be like a potential lifelong friend right next to you. If you just talk to them. You never know, because you'll be, well, this looks good. Give me more. More of my... Give me some... It's like crack.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But again, everyone engages with it, so it's the odd one who doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one person, the few people who don't have crack, they're the
they're the weird ones.
Yeah, they're the weird ones. Yeah.
It's in a way, it's like drinking. It's like alcohol.
Yeah.
It's the one person who's not drinking at the party where everyone else is drinking. It's the weird one.
What's wrong with this person?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's me at the moment these days.
Oh, how long?
I generally, it's not like I'm completely abstaining from it, but if I don't want to drink, I'm not drinking. And most of the time, I don't want to drink.
Yeah.
Like the social pressure of it is completely gone for me now.
Yeah.
So I reckon like 1 in 5 events I'll go to where there's alcohol about, I'll have a drink.
Yeah.
Like I'm just not. I don't think I need it anymore.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I think I probably only ever drank was early days. Like it's new, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But there was only ever like I feel a little bit more social if I drink.
Yes. Yeah.
And now it's like, no, I can be social without drinking. I don't know. I've matured out of the need for social lubrication. Just start talking shit and see who responds. If no one responds, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. The world's a funny one. It's a weird world at the moment.
Yeah, this flat world, it's weird.
Yeah.
Flat world.
Yeah, it doesn't even look round. Yeah, that's what's going on with that the round nonsense.
Those AI photos of the round world. Jeez.
Is AI something you've kept up with though? You've tuned into what's going on AI wise?
Not really.
Do you even like play around with them?
No. I think it's just a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Yeah.
Like I mean, people have used it around me, but it's not something I've gone and actively... Look, I do see the benefit of it. Like, you can be having any sort of problem, whether it's inside work, outside work, like family, relationship, whatever it is, and you can just give it the full detail. Be like, I'm a manager. I've tried speaking to this person about this. They've responded this. How should I respond? And it'll give you a full...
Yeah.
You could go this way, and they might like this, and you could do this. So there is like so much benefit to it. But I just haven't dabbled in it, haven't gone down the rabbit hole.
There's a benefit in it because it's really good searching
Yes.
too. Like it's a better search.
Yes.
It's just better than even the Google version. It's just better than just Google searching something. You get the information straight away. They are finding though that people who are engaging too much with it, so the part of the brain that's problem solving, it's reducing. It's less active.
That's a thing.
Because they're unable to critically think because they're outsourcing their critical thinking to the device.
That's also a thing why I don't want to use it. Like sometimes I've had whatever problems and someone's like, oh, why don't you use AI? I'll be like, oh, well, I kind of want to solve it myself. Because otherwise if I use AI this time, then I have this other thing. I'm going to use AI. I'm not going to try problem solve myself. So yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be dependent on it.
Yes, exactly.
If you need to know something immediately, use it like you would a Google search, whatever. But if it's something you don't, there's use to struggling with an idea or struggling with a problem. Like
it's character growth.
It's character growth and it's brain development. You got to keep this thing sharp.
Yeah,
I do wonder, we're going to start to atrophy our brain quicker because we're just outsourcing all kind of critical thinking.
Yeah.
And I think we probably are. That's how it works.
Yeah, I think very good chance of that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's becoming better. It's just getting better and better.
AI?
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better search. It's giving you better results. It's giving you more detail. Like everything about it is getting better.
I mean, like, there's definitely lots of positives, like your logo. That was AI. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
What would your logo be without AI? Would you just go into Microsoft Paint and then...
I did, yeah. My old one was disgusting and that's what it looked like. Yeah. I don't know. I may have just done a photo.
But in some ways, that's funnier. Some ways, again, more character.
I really liked that old one. I was just like, this is just so stupid and so archaic or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's it. I was like, I was not expecting it to be that good.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever saw the other one. Was that when you started this podcast? Did you have that? Or
I did like 4, like basically solo episodes. One guest one.
Yeah.
3 years ago. Basically, a little bit after I stopped the podcast with Luke, the one where it was the 2 or 3 of us. I'm like, I'll try to do it on my own. But I wasn't in a place where I was going to go get guests. For whatever reason, I wasn't as confident about the whole process too. But I did 2 or 3, or I think it was 3 or 4. They're all on private now on my YouTube channel. At some point, I'll take them off. I don't know why I did that. It's just because of the quality of them. It's just me talking into a microphone, rambling. But yeah, it was the same thing. Ignorantly informed. It was a logo where it was a white head and it had like a baby, a drill in its head, a soccer ball, like just things that were relevant to me at the time. Because like I was doing shit around the house. It was so silly.
Just an equation: this plus this plus this equals Dino.
Yeah, that's right. This is me. You want to see who I am? A little bow and arrow there because I was just at the end of my archery phase.
Oh yeah, I remember that phase.
Dude, I will. That's the one I'm just waiting to bring it back. I just need to find one close enough and be able to commit the time to it. Dude, this is close.
Could you do it here?
Close, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would have to make it so. You would have to do it so there's no chance of. It would probably be into the shed.
Yeah.
But you have to fortify that in a way that there's no chance of it going through.
Yeah.
Because it can go through that. It would go through the glass. So you would just have to have it in a way. And then also on top of it, the Australian laws they're vague in a way where it's not illegal to do. But if a neighbour complains that they feel threatened, the police can come and say you can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not illegal, but you have to, make sure there's no chance of it leaving your property.
Yeah.
And two, make sure the neighbours are okay with it because...
How far do you stand back when you do it?
So it's just generally speaking, it's wherever. So the way the bow's set up, it's set up it's got a 20 meter, 40 meter, 60 meter, what's it called, sight.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be 20 to 40 meters.
So you couldn't.
This would be a good enough room to just get practice in, repetitive. Because a lot of it is, it's just consistency with the process.
Yeah.
Learning, like breathing, becoming calmer. Because that dictates whether you're accurate or not. Because the sights and the way they're set up now, if they're precise to you, if you're calm and you're not jittery at all, you'll basically hit it every time. It's very consistent.
Yeah.
So it's literally just repetition and breathing.
Yeah.
So
I watched Arrow for 8 seasons. I know about archery. Yeah.
It's really nice to do. It's very peaceful and calming.
Could you do it? Could you have it like the target set up like on this like pole there, like on the outside, and you stand on the patio there? Or is that too short distance?
No, that would be fine for just practice, getting reps in. Yeah. This is a big enough yard, and I thought about that when we got it. I'm like, this is a good sized yard for the kids to run around, and there is potential for archery here.
Yeah.
But I would just have to fortify this.
Yeah.
In a way, I would. Yeah, it would be into here because that's the safest to make sure no one's going to run in front, like all kinds of things. But it's definitely potential. Like, if I owned this house, I would turn something into that. Like, I would make a little archery den.
Yeah, you can make a business as well. Dino's archery den, and then people can come out and.
I wouldn't trust other people in my. Only friends can use it.
Where can you do archery in Brisbane?
There's a few
Chandler?
Bowman places.
No.
I don't know. I think there's not any really close.
Yeah.
It's at least 15, 20 minutes, which is okay.
Yeah.
But I need to obsess over it, right? So I want to be able to do it like every day.
Yeah.
Or at least through the week sometime. I'm just not going to be able to viably do that anywhere that's not right next door. Or right next door to work.
Well, you should start training. Olympics 2032.
I may have missed the boat. My brain is not capable of picking up a thing to that degree at this age. I don't think. Those guys are crazy.
Oh yeah.
Because when you watch it on TV, you don't realize how far it is.
Yeah.
And then when you do it in person, you don't realize how hard it is to just line up and aim and get it accurate. Have you shot a bow before?
I feel like it was one school camp or one school trip or something that we had to do it.
Yeah.
So I have done it before, but I don't really remember much about the experience. Yeah. I do remember like picking up the thing and be like, oh, this is like quite like tight and hard and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's set to a certain pound that you got to pull back.
Yeah.
It's very fun, but I did want to learn it with the intention of going out and hunting one day. Like I do want to actually go through the whole process of catching an animal, processing an animal, cooking an animal, eating the animal. Like,
it would be satisfying.
I want to do all of it.
That would be so satisfying.
There's something in us that loves it.
Yeah. Primal instincts.
And I would like to do that process at least once in my life.
So I feel like there's areas you can do that, but what are your targets then? A rabbit or?
A lot of time, I think it's all the pigs in Australia. There is some deer and stuff.
Yeah.
But it depends on property. A lot of it's wild boar.
Yeah, okay.
And I never got to the point where, because I wasn't even looking where I would do it, because you either have to know someone with heaps of property, or there are places where you can pay go in on their estate, and then they let you go and hunt some of the animal. But I need to be really good. Like, you need to be able to be sure you're not going to miss, and that's gonna take like years.
Yeah.
Years to get good enough. And I was like all for the process. But then I decided to have a baby. And I was like, wait a minute, this isn't going to work. I probably don't have the time to put all of my time into this thing. But as a hobby, I will pick up again. That's on top of the list. That's the one I'm drawn to that. I just need to make it work.
Well, maybe you need to get once old enough, the kids in it as well.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
so
yeah.
you get them like, there's like the little, like kind of like, the Nerf gun's got like the little suction cup.
Yeah.
You can get a bow and arrow with like the little suction cup ones, and you can just shoot that.
We had one at the old house.
Oh,
I was full into it. Those unfortunately don't last very long.
Yeah. But then that way you can practice on moving targets, like just like shooting the kids or they're shooting you, and that gets you ready for the wild boars. And
See, no, but James, when you go out and do it, you have to wait for them to be still with a bow. Like, you're not shooting a moving target. It's the chances of hitting it precisely, even at the top, like the top echelon people, it's very hard.
Yeah.
You need to be like a Mongol to be able to do it on Genghis Khan era.
Yeah. Maybe that's all from watching Arrow. That was the stuff that wasn't true.
Yeah. Well, you could probably they're good enough to hit them, but you're not going to precisely get, because you don't want to make the animal suffer more than it has to.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to get that perfect target every time. You don't want to be able to. Yeah, you don't want it to prolong it.
So do you mean in the TV show Arrow, when someone was firing a bullet with their gun and he was in another direction shooting his arrow and it displaced the bullet into a different spot? Yeah. That wasn't true.
Oh, mate, it can maybe happen.
My whole life's a lie.
I did accidentally, not even intentionally, shoot one arrow into another arrow when I was doing it.
Wow.
I had it up on the wall for a few months. Just, look at those 2 arrows. It was sheer luck, though, so I'm not sure if he could intentionally.
That's quite the accomplishment.
Yeah, wow. I don't think it's an accomplishment if it's an accident.
Yeah. It's
like you throw into the bin and it goes into the bin off to the right you weren't aiming for. I don't think you can claim that.
You still achieve something.
You reckon? Well, it's about the impact, not about the intention, to circle back. The impact is you got it in the bin.
So, when we were, I was going to say younger, but it still happens. So let's say if you threw a ball or kick a ball and it hit like a sibling, and then they'll be like, Mum, Dad, James hit me with the ball. Dad's response would be like, well, we know he wasn't aiming for you, because if he was, he would have missed. And then the kid crying would be like, wasn't satisfied. That's not the response I want. But yeah, that's how he handled those situations.
That's the right fatherly response. I would do the exact same. That's very funny, because it insults everyone.
Exactly.
I don't care that you're crying, and he can't aim for shit.
He'd be like, ask him to do it again, and he can't.
Could make money off him if he could do it consistently. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's very funny. I like that style. That's like,
yes.
If a dad's not like that, they can take a joke at the expense of the kid every now and then.
Are
they really a dad?
What other wisdoms? So, if I'd be like chasing one of them, like, come here, I'm going to get you. And we're like running around, and then they'd run up, Dad, James is chasing me. Like, well, if you stop running, he can't chase you. And again, and they're like, oh, thanks, Dad. Thanks for nothing. And
Your dad's a philosopher.
Yeah, then they stop running, and then I get them.
Yeah.
And I deal out the punishment.
See, you don't always listen to people. See, because some people you can't trust. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
There's a life lesson in everything if you frame it. Right?
Exactly. So now none of them trust Dad.
Hey, that's just the cost. That's the cost of doing business. If you want to enjoy that moment as a father. Oh well, what's trust got to do with it?
Don't hear any jokes?
Yeah, you got any lined up for sure?
So when I knew I was coming on here, I was like, oh, the last few days I've just thinking about stories I can share, thinking about that, because I didn't want to come on here and be ignorantly informed.
Well,
I wanted to make sure I was well informed.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah.
So I listened to your podcast yesterday with your brother. Not that I don't actively listen. It's just I thought I'd get a
refresher.
That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
very good.
Well, what style of joke do you want? Do you want a childish one?
You're a dad joke guy. I've always thought of you as a dad joke.
Do you want a dirty joke? Well, what's our are we allowed to swear? What's going on?
Yeah, dude,
here?
I've dropped a few swear words. We're not getting monetized on Facebook or YouTube anytime soon.
I know there's probably lots of young families listening in, so I don't want to put them off.
You're skating around it a little bit.
Okay. So this is the dirtiest joke I know.
Oh no.
So a kid have you heard about the kid who found a trumpet in the mud?
I didn't hear about him though.
He took it home and blew the shit out of it. He got covered in mud. So dirty.
So, you're the dad joke guy. That's a very good,
See? It's a dirty joke disguised as a dad joke. Yeah.
And the whole build-up was like, oh my God, he's going to send us into cancel.
Yes,
We're
exactly.
going to be cancelled. Exactly. Third episode. 7th episode.
But that's how you get audiences, like, not get cancelled, but you touch that.
Oh yeah, you've got to piss someone
like,
off, right?
so if you want some content, be like, I love Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump.
Just clip that,
Yeah,
repeat over and over
that's
again.
right. Clip it. Everyone, you got your audience is going to spike.
Yeah, it's going to be hate watching. It's going to be love watching. People are going to be like, "Wow, this Australian guy has strong opinions on American politics. What a weird thing." How funny is it though that we are so influenced by it's like we know way more about American politics, the goings on in America, because all of our content even is curated to American stuff. It's so funny that they are the epicenter of like entertainment.
Yes. I don't dabble too much into that. Like
Well, you're off all the social medias.
well, yes. Like generally in news, I don't really know a lot what's going on
I only know through podcasts,
unless it's sport
yeah.
related. Sport related, but
Yeah.
So do you listen to podcasts or do you watch podcasts?
I listen
You
because I'm like, at the moment, I'm driving 4 or 5 hours a night.
yeah.
So I crush a lot of podcasts.
But so generally all podcasts, they also have like the audio, but then also a video aspect.
Most of the modern ones, yeah.
okay,
Most of all the ones I listen to that aren't like a specific topic one. So a lot of the conversation ones, they all have a video element.
Yeah, okay.
There is one I'm listening to at the moment, which is Hardcore History, where it's just one guy and he talks about some historical event
Yeah.
over multiple episodes of 4 or 5 hours long. Well, that doesn't have video.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're good because they're done in a way where they know it's audio only. So they're able to deliver just the content in a way where you know they're not worried about the visual setup at all. Or it's like they can just focus on what they're saying.
Yeah.
Or you can feel there's like an ease to it. I really like him. His name's Dan Carlin. Me and my brother Mikey, we used to like listen to his stuff. Like you learn a bit about ancient Greek history,
yeah.
Alexander the Great at the moment, and Genghis Khan and all these kind of people. It's very fun.
Because that's how you and your brother like all bonded. That's how you both came into podcasts.
Well, he got me into it for sure.
Yeah, I learned that from listening to your podcast with him. Yeah.
Because he's a man who listens.
What?
Yeah. It is funny though. This is what you said, the sibling influence.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like even if you like don't think they're gonna influence you too much, he got me onto like 3 or 4 of the podcasts I listened to.
Yeah.
He's like always like, yeah, you should listen to this. He's actually really good. Okay. Oh, it's really good. Yeah.
So, are you getting into Lego now?
Well, I don't have the means to get into Lego.
And I feel having Lego here is a bit it wouldn't last long. Like if you built something.
Oh, dude, yeah. I would have to put it really high. The kids can't get access to it.
Yeah.
But Lego's a thing. There's a lot of people who are really into Lego at the moment.
Yeah.
Are you? Have you got some Lego?
I have got a bit. Nothing like recently. It's mostly just like gifts people have given me.
Who's giving you Lego as a gift, by the way? Is that insulting if they give it to you?
I don't find it insulting though.
Let's check it. Yeah,
just like family, like some friends from work. So I've gotten like I think all the ones I've got, they're like kind of like there was like one special edition like Seinfeld one.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like a set like in his apartment and had like all the characters, and then the whole apartment was just like littered with like little Easter eggs, like a little prop referencing this episode type thing. So that was cool, like because like as you're building it, you're looking at like, oh yeah, this episode and all that type thing.
Yeah.
I've done a couple other things. They're just mostly, I think they've just been Marvel related,
Yeah.
like maybe like a particular scene from a movie type thing.
Yeah.
I have collected the little minifigures, so sometimes they release like special minifigures.
Yeah,
where
okay, yeah.
They've been like Marvel ones, or they did one. It was like Disney's 100-year anniversary, so they had like like all these special Disney ones, and then like someone at work also collected. So we were like trading, and then I was in the like Target like. Because I had one or two left that I needed, and I had so many duplicates of other ones. So I was just like feeling like the plastic bags.
Yeah.
There's like people looking at me. I'm just wearing my pharmacist uniform. I'm just touching these little plastic bags, trying to feel. And you know what? It worked.
Yeah.
I got what
You
I
got
wanted.
it. Yeah,
I completed the collection, so I'm happy.
You could tell by the feel.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it about? Is it something satisfying to making the Lego? I can imagine it's just like a peaceful. Even like I can relate it to archery. It's your entire focus in that moment. You're just completely about putting this thing together.
Yeah, taking your mind off things is, I guess, like sense of nostalgia and enjoyment, all that. So yeah.
Do you have anything like that you do consistently? You're a meditator?
Not really, no. No, I don't really do like any hobbies like that. No, yeah.
Do you think you should?
Yeah, well, maybe I should. Yeah, blood pressure's going up. Maybe I should.
Yeah. Now, at the moment, I mean, chess is the closest, but chess isn't like that at all. Like, I play a lot of chess online, and at work, we play chess at lunch.
Oh yeah.
I made it an effort because this is when I started to realize, like, these phones are fucked. All we do at lunch is go on our phone and do nothing. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm bringing in a chessboard. We're going to learn chess, and we're just going to interact.
Yeah, that's good.
So for like 2 years, it's been every lunchtime, basically, you play chess.
Yeah. So,
As I like forcing myself to get off the phone.
so you're not playing on your phone?
I play at home, like if I'm not at work, I'm
Yeah.
playing on the phone.
Yeah.
Just because that's where I can play it. But no, at work we have a board. We had like 3 or 4 boards at one stage, and everyone was playing.
But can you finish? Like, you start the game, and then by the time lunch break's over, do you finish?
Essentially, yeah, we've got it to where we basically go in 30-minute games.
Nice.
But that's not really a take your mind off peaceful thing. It's all encompassing, but it's very anxiety because it's competitive. It like makes you very anxious because you still want to win.
So, have you like looked into like strategies and like, because like there's like in chess they have like their movements,
Their
like,
openings.
yeah,
and
the
stuff.
openings like.
Oh,
that.
you definitely, yeah.
You know, okay.
When I obsess on a thing, James, I go as far into it as I can for as long as I can sustain.
So,
And then I hope some of it sticks, and it does. And if it's good, and I play it a little bit now and then. Yeah.
one of my sisters, when she was in primary school, she did chess club.
Yeah.
And during the chess club, they taught like this particular opening where you can beat someone in 3 moves.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends what the
For sure,
opponent does,
yes.
but if they haven't really moved like their king and queen, you can kind of like trap them.
Yeah.
Like you put your bishop and other one out, you can lock them in. So she learned about that move, and she's like 9, 10. We went over to visit an uncle, and she's like, "Oh, do you want to play chess?" And he's like, "Sure." And she does it, checkmates him in 3 moves, and then I can see he's like, "What's going on?" And she doesn't explain. "Oh yeah, I learned this at chess club, whatever, blah blah blah." She just leaves it like that.
Yeah,
she just
yeah,
like,
that's good.
I beat him in 3 moves. That's it.
That's good. That's cold. Yeah.
And I think to this day she hasn't told him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've played chess with the family a bit. Like Dad was kind of into it. Sutherland siblings we sometimes have like you get like a different themed chess sets.
Board. Yeah.
So we had like there's like the Mario one where you have like Mario, Luigi,
hilarious,
Bowser,
yeah.
and then we'd be playing, and then Dad's like, "I don't know what any of these pieces are," like because like
It looks so different.
like when you start off, you can clearly see, oh, these are
Yeah.
the pawns, these are that. But once everything starts moving around, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yes,
You got to
yeah.
wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
What's Luigi? Is he the queen? What's going on?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, one of the boys at work brought in one, and it's a Simpsons set.
Oh,
It's the Simpsons. And it's so stupid. It's so funny, but it's cool. It's quirky.
Yep.
Mine's just a normal, nice set.
Yeah, normal. Yeah.
A nice set. I'm like, shit. I didn't want anything for my birthday. I'm like, get me a chessboard.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have a chessboard.
Okay. Have you heard about like there's like I mean, that could be in Australia, but like in America, there's kind of like, I don't know if there's like homeless people, but there's people that live like very low socioeconomic class, but they're like chess geniuses.
Yeah, chess hustlers.
Yes.
Yeah. You see videos of those guys.
Yes.
This will come up my YouTube shorts when I'm scrolling. It'll be
Yeah,
chess
yeah,
hustlers. And they're very good. They're not as good as the professionals.
Yeah.
But they're like very good. They beat
Yeah.
almost most people.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you see it, there's like wild people talking shit the whole time they're playing.
Because I was listening, so it was like 2 Seinfeld actors, Jerry and Kramer. Like they were talking, not like in the show, like just later on. And then Kramer was talking about, or the actor was how he was getting into chess, and he just went to this park, and this like just one of those hustler people came on, and then he's like, "Can I verse you in chess?" And the guy's like, "2 matches, that's it, no more than 2 matches." And then he's like, "Okay." And then they start, and then bam, game over. And then he's like, "Okay, can we do another one?" And then just quickly again, finished. And then so Kramer was like, "Oh, can we play another one?" He's like, no, I said 2 matches, that's it. So all I knew was like this story of it. I had no other like recollection. And then one day I saw a video, I think one of those famous chess players. There's like that young blonde girl. She's European.
YouTuber, yeah.
Yeah,
Anna something.
Yes,
Anna
yeah,
Kramler,
that's right, yeah.
I know who that is.
And then
pretend to dance.
And then she's like one of the local park chess things, and then I see this guy come on, and she's versing this guy, and this is like exactly like what how Kramer like impersonated, and I was like, wow, these people do exist. And then Jerry was like, oh, well, how come these people don't compete, and how come they don't try to like make a earning out of it? And then Kramer was like, they can't be controlled. They're just like wild forces of nature that just come and go. And, so it's funny.
They play for money in the park.
Yes,
exactly. They get money out of it. Yeah, it's a funny existence. Like they chose to do that's what they're doing. It's like, shit, if you got nothing else to do, just get good at chess. It does take a very long time, though.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard. You have to play all the time.
Did you watch the TV show?
That's what got me into it.
Oh,
the Queen's Gambit.
Yes,
I was like, oh, chess is kind of...
Yeah.
Why have I never liked chess? This is interesting.
It's funny. I think it got a lot of people in it.
It did. Yeah. I've heard people talk about the amount of people who started playing after that skyrocketed.
Should chess be an Olympic sport?
Well, what are Olympic sports you could say that shouldn't be Olympic sports? That if that's it, then chess should. I'm trying to think. The other problem is the same people would win every year. It'd be at the moment, it'd be India or Norway, wherever Magnus is from.
I think they've given a definition like for an Olympic sport there needs to be some form of physical exertion.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe you can argue that because I feel like every other sport is pretty. There is that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if they're like shooting, the pistol shooting. There's no physical exertion. Like they're standing there doing that.
Is there physical exertion in archery?
More so because you at least have to hold back the 60 pounds or whatever it is, the tension. But again, that would be close too. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah. So
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, like, is it on the same level? Probably not.
Nah.
Because at least there is a physical element of throwing something at something else. It's a game.
I feel like it's fair enough to be separated. I feel like if you include chess and then what you're going down like esports and like...
they've actually did a chess tournament at esports.
Yeah.
So it's going more down that road,
Yeah.
which I think makes sense. It's more of a game than a sport.
Board game, yeah.
But if some people take a lot more... I can't say that anymore because video games are taken very seriously.
Yes.
Like people in esports
and
Twitch streamers and whatever.
It's their career.
Yeah. You never wanted to dabble in the... You weren't a big video game kid. I don't know, maybe like Nintendo,
Yes.
But you weren't like obsessed with all the PlayStation and stuff like some of us were.
No, I think I did play, but I think I was just like... I always had rules. Like I wasn't allowed to play any video games during the week. And then on the weekends it was just from like 8 to 8 or 7 to something like that. Like I had like a window where I could play. But no, I was big into like my Nintendo ones, like Mario, Pokemon, Legend of Zelda, all that.
You're playing with your siblings too, your younger siblings a lot.
Yeah,
so
well.
Again, you're not going to be like Call of Duty shooting up a 7-year-old.
Exactly. So like when I was at school, everyone's playing Call of Duty, which again comes back to me being like interacting with the siblings. Like they're in primary school, they're not going to be playing Call of Duty. So instead I was playing the Wii games, the Mario games with them. So yeah.
You're pretty good at Wii golf, I'm sure. Wii tennis.
Yeah, Wii tennis, carved up.
You never let them win.
No, you got to teach them.
Yeah.
If I let them win, what are they going to just expect to win later on?
They think they're going to beat everyone?
Yes,
no,
exactly.
Yeah, you've got to actually be good. Yeah.
I remember they used to do mathletics. I never had to do it during primary school, so I don't know if you ever did. But
no, I don't think so.
When they went through primary school, they did. So basically, it was they get like a maths problem, 7 times 4, 5 plus 5 would pop up on the screen. They just have to type the answer.
Yeah. And
then it was just kind of like how quickly you can do. But you're like competing against like other people, and then like how quickly you go. It's like kind of like a race.
Yep.
So sometimes they'd get me to do it, and so I'm just like carving up. I'm like destroying all these little kids. I'm like, yeah, take this. And then they get like prizes for how well I do.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. I got the gold star. Yeah. Little 12-year-old. You.
They'd be like, oh, James, I lost 3 in a row. Can you play? I was like, yeah, sure. And then I just play. And I'm like, yeah.
25. Yeah. 31. Yes. We're killing it. That's so funny. There's something to gamifying learning.
Yes.
Like, it's a really good strategy. I imagine that helps a lot of kids get really good at math. Because you want to win.
Yeah.
I want to beat everyone else. I want to be quickest to do this math equation. Yeah.
Yeah, we're turning maths into a sport.
Athletics.
Smart idea, yeah.
Yeah. They did that with like Duolingo. There's the same thing with language learning. They turned it into little games. Maybe not in the same way. Not as competitive, but I remember hearing the CEO talking about it and how to we're going to gamify learning. and it really connected. I wonder if you can, like how easy it is to learn a language on Duolingo.
Have you ever tried?
I did for like a couple of weeks, but I also know that it's the older you are, it's much harder to pick up a language. It's like your prime window is 11 and be in the country where they're speaking it all the time, and you'll learn the language fine. But like having not learnt another language at my age, you can do it, but you'll never become proficient.
Yeah.
But it's very hard.
If you're not actively using it, then no.
Yeah.
Like you could be learning this language.
That's right.
But then
Yeah,
your day-to-day life, you're just speaking English, then yeah, it's going to be too hard.
It is a thing though. If you learn another language young, it's easy to learn any other language. So if you learn 2 languages by 12, you're way better at learning a third language than someone else is at learning a second. Because there is something to whatever the pathway it is that helps you develop and learn it. Becomes more refined, becomes better, becomes more capable, whatever it is. So that's very strange because it doesn't necessarily have to be a related language.
Yeah.
It's just different languages.
This must be like the brain pathways, like how we're talking before about like different like cravings and addictions, even though they're different. It's same circuit, same pathway. Must be same with learning languages, different languages, but still using the same parts of the brain.
Yeah, actually, to that point, Anna Lemke is a psychiatrist and she does a lot of work on addiction. And she said if you become addicted to one thing, you're more likely to become addicted to anything else going forward.
Yeah.
It's like once you're addicted to one, you're more capable of addiction.
Yeah.
So that's weird. There must be there's clearly overlapping pathways. But it is funny how that works. Like you develop some kind of habit. Be careful of every other habit that is potentially out there.
I guess, yeah, that's what, I guess on the opposite sense, if you're disciplined with your sleep schedule, disciplined with your diet, whatever, you're more likely to be disciplined with alcohol, other things and all that as well. So, yeah.
You know what? They have recently found something similar too where, what's the part of the brain? Fuck. I was trying to remember this yesterday. I can't remember, but they found this part of the brain grows in size when you're putting yourself in situations you don't want to be in more frequently.
The hypothalamus.
I don't think it's a hypothalamus.
Hippocampus.
It's got like 3 names. It's one of those.
Cerebral cortex.
It'll be in the cortex because the cortex is the frontal cortex. Sorry, that does a
what I
lot of inhibition of like base drive and instinct. That's why we as people are a little bit more capable of suppressing our instincts compared to other animals because we have a more developed frontal cortex comparatively. I can't remember what part of the brain it was, but literally the more hard things you do. Like the more strenuous, hard things you do, the bigger this area of the brain comes, and it's correlated with being able to withhold or restrain yourself better.
So no pain, no gain.
Yeah. The funny thing is, it's not even just doing hard things, because if you like the hard thing, it doesn't show the same kind of growth.
Yeah.
You have to like be struggling through the thing. So it's like literally
makes sense.
building up fortitude and tolerance. So like even if you do a really hard gym session, if you love going to the gym, it's not developing in the same way as if you're going and you're doing a session you really don't want to be doing, but you do it anyway.
So you can't enjoy the pain. Well, I guess is it not pain then if you're not enjoying it? So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're not learning anything from it.
It's like you have to be struggling through it.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, this is to the point of do hard things you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't just do things you want to do for the sake of like it feels good. It's like no, I want to do it because it's hard because I know I'll get benefit from it. That's a little bit better.
Well, often in winter, I don't wear like winter clothes. I just wear like summer clothes.
Yeah.
And then my sister was like, "Why? Why don't you just wear your?" And I was like, "Oh, no pain, no gain." And she's like, "What are you gaining?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know."
But you're gaining something, James. You are. The capacity to withhold more and more difficult things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I cop the same shit at work because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll like hold off putting a jumper on
Yeah,
for
yeah.
as long into winter as I can. I'll always be the last one at some point, and then I will succumb to it eventually, but I'll hold off longer than anyone else.
Well, we have our uniform, so we have like our actual proper Chemist Warehouse like coat or vest, whatever. And everyone's like, "How are you not wearing one today?" I'm like, "I don't even own one." So I can't. So yeah, every day for winter, since as long as I've worked there, it's always just been short sleeve.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
You're
how
a
I roll.
gangster, James.
That's right.
You live by it. You don't just say you live
Yes,
by it.
exactly.
Wow. Yeah, but that's it. You want to be tolerant of things.
Yes.
But even anecdotally, I can think when I start to become less disciplined with what I'm eating, I'm less disciplined in working out, I'm less disciplined in this, and I'm less capable of stopping myself like from indulging. Because all the time when I'm like Ubering at nights, the easiest thing for me to do is succumb to, I'm going to just get something to snack on.
Yeah.
And just keep snacking on it. Because something about driving that does it. And the longer I go into doing that, the easier it becomes to do that. And the harder it becomes to actually stop myself.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm being an idiot. It's very weird. But it also makes perfect sense.
Makes sense.
You can also see the logic behind, no, you got to build up some tolerance, build up muscle from doing hard things. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, I think we'll leave it there, James.
Okay.
That was a good session.
How long's it been?
It's been over 2 hours.
Wow.
We are chewing each other's ears off. But
Doesn't feel like that.
yeah, I know. This is what I love about doing this is we forget that we can just sit down and talk to another person. Yes, we're friends, so obviously it's going to be a little bit easier than maybe a stranger, but not necessarily. I'm finding that there's something to just sitting down and one-on-one talking to someone that's very satisfying and easy.
And it's also, it's a good excuse to catch up, like, because we probably don't see each other as much as we should, or we've got busy lives.
Yes.
But it's also, if we do catch up, a lot of the stuff we covered just then, we're not going to be talking about.
Yeah.
We're just going to be talking about, oh, how's things? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Like, we wouldn't have covered as much as we did today. So, very good.
But you know what I'm finding? I'm now more willing to just fucking cut the small talk.
Yeah.
Delve into something.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I'm seeing it's not reciprocated as much, but I'm like, let's actually have a conversation every now and then.
No, I noticed that right at the beginning
hard.
with like the pharmacy stuff. I was like, yeah, we're getting into it. I was like, that's good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You like you don't. So much small talk is unnecessary. It's like like you can actually get to know people. Just let's open up and talk. Because I feel like at school you have proper conversations with each other. Like you're around them all the time. You're forced to in a way, but you're capable of doing it. We just forget as we get older and we drift apart.
Exactly.
That it's possible.
You forget about that. Like you saw a photo of Dino naked in the shower.
Yeah.
You forgot that happened.
Very good photo. I wish I could recapture it.
So viewers, if you want to learn about that, wait until next time.
Yeah, the fun of all boys schools, and we'll leave it at that. We won't delve into it.
So everyone just type in the chat if you want to hear more. Let me know.
The Exposed Dino podcast with James Stephanos.
An offshoot one, the unfiltered.
Yeah.
I can tell more dirty jokes.
Yeah, oh God, disgusting, that little trumpet one. I tell you what. I won't sleep tonight thinking about it. All right, well, thank you very much, James. It's been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I really enjoyed it. I'm happy to always come back. And if ratings are getting low, you need someone to spike up again, then let me know.
You're on call. Thank you very much.
I'll dress better next time now that I know I'm getting filmed.
Thanks, James.
That's all right. My pleasure. Thank you.